To the United stand. How are you all doing? Back in familiar surroundings and soundings for Manchester United, Newcastle up north, Toon Army and all that jazz. But the sleeping giants apparently, or as I call them, the sleeping shrew. When have they ever been a giant? When have they ever been a giant? But the team news is about to come in. I'm hearing Andreas Pereira's not part of the Manchester United squad. Quite what he's done to not be part of the squad, I don't know. But this is something I've been mentioning on Transfer Daily for quite a while now. He's free to go in the summer. He's free to go now. Well, he's not free to go now, but he's free to go in the summer. We can't stop him. So I think that this maybe is an indication that Pereira is leaving Manchester United, and it's nobody's fault other than Mourinho. Because, you know, the treatment of Pereira has not been good enough. But also we're hearing that Fellaini is not part of the travelling squad as well. Good. Get out me club, Fellaini. You're absolutely shite. No, I'm only joking. But no, I don't see where he fits in with Manchester United anymore. I don't see what he gets into that. But I've heard that Chong is part of the squad as well. Whether he's in team or not, another matter. But McTominay's back. But we've got to give McTominay a chance. I know some other people don't want to. You got to give him a chance. You've got to give him a chance. Dia says that Pereira won't leave. I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right. But he's got to be given the reassurances. So the team is in. It's De Gea, Valencia, Lindelof, Jones and Shaw. Herrera, Matic and Pogba. Mata, Rashford and Martial, which is quite interesting. Bench isn't great. Romero, Darmian, Young, Fred, Lingard, Alexis Sanchez and Lukaku. I'm interested to see Mata starting. I've got to be honest with you. I'm interested to see Mata starting in this game. Of course, I've got to change the starting lineup again as per usual. But your starting lineup official is De Gea in goal, Valencia back as captain. Lindelof and Jones, Luke Shaw, Matic, Pogba, Herrera, and Mata, Rashford, and Martial. Which, to be honest with you, my team news with Manchester United now basically starts with that. Is Rashford and Martial playing? And if they're playing, I'm very, very happy. Ross, good evening to you and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, mate. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. We've just had the team news coming in there. Hopefully you've seen it. Give us your thoughts.
Do you know what, mate? Gone are the days where I look at a team lineup and predict the result. That's what Jose Mourinho did to me. Look, you know, I probably wouldn't play this team, neither would you. But the way we're playing at the minute, I'm not going to say I'm not happy with it. I'm happy with the football, happy with the manager, happy with the players. And I'm happy to see Mata get his... You know, I think there's such a positivity in the squad now. I am happy to see Mata get a chance. I really am. I thought he played really well. Disappointed to see Lingard dropped. I'm happy for Rashford to be playing. Disappointed that Lukaku's dropped, to be honest, because I think he deserves a chance. But everyone deserves a chance, and they really are playing well at the minute. And actually, the main thing about that team for me tonight is that Rashford does start, because I think the last 3 games, which has been sensational for us.
Yeah, I mean, I just said that myself, that when I look at a Manchester United team now and you think about the contrast between where we were just a few short weeks ago under Jose Mourinho and, you know, how spoilt we are as United fans. Quite rightly, we should be spoilt with the biggest club in the world. But, you know, if we'd have had 4 games in a row, and I know Martial didn't play on the Boxing Day game, but he would have done if he hadn't missed the flight. You know, 4 games in a row with Martial and Rashford being the consistent 2 players in the front 3. We've not had that for... But we've never had it, really, because Rashford broke through at the end of Van Gaal's career. Martial was obviously a first-teamer, but Mourinho never would have had Rashford and Martial as the first 2 names, and then the third one's up for grabs, whether it's Mata, Lingard. And that to me, you know, is something that we should spend a few seconds talking about, because that's really, really important. You know, we shouldn't take it for granted, even though those two players should be playing. And I just think that Marcus Rashford, I don't know. I mean, some people say we need another striker. I just think, you know, somebody asked me today, would you swap Aubameyang for any of your strikers? And I said, yeah, Lukaku I would, because Aubameyang's better. I wouldn't swap Rashford for him, because I think Aubameyang's better at the moment, but there's so much more to come from Rashford, and he's from our youth product. I wouldn't swap Rashford for Aubameyang.
Listen, I've always spoke up when I've made mistakes. And the biggest mistake I did, and Jose Mourinho turned me to make poor decisions. And I made a decision earlier this season. I thought Rashford was crap. In the last 4 games, whatever, the performances he's been putting in has been of a complete striker. The guy, his hold-up play, his first touch is unbelievable. He's everything that Lukaku should be. The only thing that he has against him is maybe a little bit poor in the air. But when you've got the pace, the shot, the first touch that Rashford has, I think he hasn't only just been playing well, he's been bringing the team into the game. And it hasn't really gone unnoticed, to be honest. He's got a lot of praise for it, and rightly so. When I've been watching Lukaku's, the way he brings players into the game, it doesn't happen. Rashford, the last 3 games for me, I totally agree. I thought he's looked brilliant. I'm really looking forward to watching him tonight.
Toby Oladapo has made a contribution. He says, Ollie is smart. He knows the team will park the bus, so Mata starts. Jose played Mata when we needed pace on the counter. Idiotic. Ollie. Yes, I think you've got to keep people like Juan Mata happy as well. I mean, he's a senior pro, and if I think against Reading, we hopefully will see the likes of Andres Pereira, maybe a Chong, maybe a McTominay, certainly hopefully a Greenwood. I certainly think Lukaku's got to get some game time, so maybe Greenwood wouldn't start. But, that's the game to do that. Reading at home in the FA Cup. This is a game that we've got to win, Ross. And last season we didn't win here. I mean, in all fairness, we didn't win here. That's a very, very good point to make. And we're all very confident because things have changed around very, very quickly. I mean, looking at the Newcastle team, I'll go through it. Dubravka, Yedlin, Shaw, Lascelles, Dummett, Ritchie, Diam, Hayden, Atsu, Perez, Rondon. It's a team that will be battling in the bottom half of the table, but it will battle. Manchester United come to town. They beat us and deserved to beat us last season. Confident we're going to get the result today. Big test for Ollie.
Big test, but yeah, I'm fully confident. I agree with that super chat thing you had. I think Mata is a good tactical decision, along with obviously resting Jesse. And I'm also pleased that Sanchez didn't walk straight back into the team. I think that would have been wrong. I'm excited to see how he plays under Ollie. But he's got to earn that place. He's got 2 people in front of him at the minute. He's going to get his chance, and I really hope he kicks on. We all wanted to see the Sanchez that hopefully we will see under Ollie. But I'm happy with Mata. To be honest, I'm happy with the whole team. The only thing I'm not happy with, I'm sure everyone else is that right back position, because I cannot see how Ollie can improve Valencia. If he does, then bloody hell, he deserves a knighthood already, because I thought Valencia was playing to his full potential under Jose, to be honest.
I mean, to be honest with you, I always think, let me just tell you the bench, because it's sort of come, Lindy just said, what's the bench? And I can confirm that is the right team to my right-hand side. I've just changed it there. So it's De Gea, Valencia, Jones, Lindelof, Shaw, Matic, Herrera, Pogba, Mata, Rashford, Martial. That is the confirmed team. And then your confirmed bench, you've got Romero, Darmian, Young, Fred, Lingard, Alexis Sanchez and Lukaku. But I always think that, we a very short period of time, we were in a very, very bad situation. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, by no means is he going to get the Manchester United job, and by no means is he not going to make mistakes. Of course he's going to make mistakes. If he was the best manager in the world, he'd be managing Juventus, he's been managing Mould, he got sacked by Cardiff. I think this is an opportunity for him to show what he's all about, but he will make mistakes along the way, because every manager makes mistakes along the way. And it's interesting you talk about Valencia there. Of course he deserves a second chance. I disagree with him being the captain. I don't think he's a captain because he's quiet and he can't speak the language. But you've got Ashley Young and Darmian on the bench as well. So we've got 3 right backs there, none of which are Diego Dalot. And I think that, to me, is the surprising thing, because the kid, I mean, even Mourinho said when he had that game about 2 weeks before, I think it might have been Fulham, he said, there's your right back for the next 10 years. Gary Neville will be really pleased. And then he's not been picked by Ollie, which is quite surprising, because I think it was one of the quick wins there that he surely would play, and but I personally don't see the point in Valencia and Young. I think even if they suddenly start playing like vintage Cafu, they're still touching 35, and that to me is not isn't the point. But I also think it's great that he makes decisions that we're not totally happy with, because I'm happy with so much that he's doing that room for improvement's good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if anyone's picked up on it, but he also hasn't put Fellaini in the squad. The rumour is that
Yabba dabba do. Absolutely fantastic.
I mean, the rumour that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to walk in and within sort of 3-4 weeks going to bin Fellaini is nothing but miraculous, to be honest. So yeah, I'll give him the right back position.
Yeah.
But it is worth noting, you're right. You know, Valencia young. They are. Delo's got a great future. I think he needs working on. I think he gets caught out in behind too easily. Shaw was like that when he first came. I just think he needs a bit of training. And I don't think he is his first team material yet, which begs the question. I think we need to sign another right back. We need to sign a finished article, 25 years old, raring to go. There's also centre-back positions to question mark. And I don't know if he's going to be given that opportunity in January. There's rumours that he's got 50 million. I'd like to see him flex it, to be honest, because, I know you say that he won't get the job in the summer, but he's turning me. He really is.
You know, I don't know how you feel about that. I mean, I just want to... We'll come back to Fellaini in a minute, because I think I said this on after the game on Bournemouth. We'll come back to Fellaini in a minute, because people are here now until kick-off, so it's fine. But Delo will play against Reading 90 minutes in 3 days, says Lee Ballington. Yeah, of course, Reading is a very, very close game. It's Saturday lunchtime. This is Wednesday night. It's 2.5 days. I don't think people ever appreciate that gap when it's like midweek to weekend. I think you just don't really appreciate it. If we were playing Sunday night and then having to play on Wednesday lunchtime, we'd be like, oh, that's a really quick turnaround. It's exactly the same. Okocho Patrick Osui says it's possible Delo is not ready yet. He sees him in training, so it's possible that he's not up to speed yet. I agree with Ross on this. That, you know, Ollie is doing so much right that, you know, let's just go with it. And but I think in relation to the captaincy, Ollie being the full-time manager, I've said for me it's the dream. For him to get it, he'll have to achieve things that make us dream. And at the moment, he's not got the job, and he can just relax and enjoy it. He can get the job, and I don't think any of us as fans need to pressure ourselves about it or anything like that. He can get the job by hitting targets that people like Woodward never expected he could do. And if the team keep winning, then he could hit those targets. But at the moment, I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I don't think we need to even have that discussion, because we know what's coming up in February. And if he loses every game in February, no one will want him as the manager. If he wins them all and knocks PSG out and beats Liverpool and City, everyone will be like, he's got to get the job. So that's to come for me.
Yeah, it's amazing what a bit of positivity can do to a club. I mean, you've got Jose telling the players week in, week out that they're not good enough, and all of a sudden you've got a big injury list. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer comes in, tells everyone they're world-class quality players, and all of a sudden everyone's fit, raring to go. You know, that's all it needs. A little bit of positivity in the club, and it really did for me. There was a haze under Jose Mourinho. I felt like he needed to go, but it wasn't until he left. That relief, you could see it around the club, and actually, he was toxic. And do you know what? If Everton want him, good luck to them. I think he'll take them backwards as well.
Who?
Everton apparently touting Jose Mourinho. I doubt it'll ever happen.
God, yeah, he needs to stay. I'll tell you what. I think he can have a new career, but I do not think he can have a new career in the Premier League. I think he's done in the Premier League, but you know.
I think he's only, I know it's really off subject here, but I think his only other job's PSG, because I can't see any other big club going for him. He's a massive
checkbook, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he kills your youth. He kills it, and he's killed United's youth. There were rumours that Chong was in the squad today. I don't know, he didn't make the bench, but look, he travelled with them. He's given Gomez, and I wasn't actually watching the watch-along, but I bet you loved watching Gomez come on the other day. But he didn't do much, but...
I didn't do the watch along the other day. I was in it was my annual trip to Centre Parks with the family, so I was getting absolutely off my face in a bar, which I never get to do watching United these days, but I loved it. You're right, you know, I absolutely loved it. And the other thing I absolutely loved was the substitution. I think it was the weekend. It all blurs into one with Christmas, and I think Huddersfield and Bournemouth were so similar games with the right outcome for United, but there was a substitution where he took a midfielder off and he brought Pereira on and didn't use Fellaini. And then here we are today, Fellaini's not even on the bench. And I love this. This is what I love more than anything. And Ali Jabbar says, if Valencia doesn't speak English, why not Zidane? It's an interesting interpretation of why not get Zidane as manager. But I love this. I think, you know, whatever I think about right back, whatever I think about Phil Jones, if you told me that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was going to come into this Manchester United squad, not use Fellaini at all, start dropping him even from the bench, I'd have said play Phil Jones at centre-back for the rest of the season and give him the captaincy and let him take penalties in his pink boots, because I don't give a shit what he does with Phil Jones. If he moves Fellaini out of the team, for me, and I don't know to what extent everyone at home feels, and I don't know what you feel, Ross, but to me, obviously it's well documented, I've always had an issue with Fellaini. And it's nothing personal. I just don't like that sort of footballer at Manchester United. He doesn't suit the way Solskjaer wants to play. But on top of that, I also think he symbolises everything that's been wrong with the last 6 years. And I think Ollie is wise, if he does it, to just remove that, because it's not the sort of player that he wants to use, because he's slow. He's a long ball magnet. He's got no passing range. So it doesn't suit with what Ollie wants to do either. And also, it's a big win, isn't it? It's a big win to get rid of that. That's something that's symbolic of. He's our first signing after Sir Alex Ferguson, and like it or lump it, people, he is symbolic to me of what's been going wrong for 6 years. So if he removes him, I'm happy days. Yeah, give Phil Jones the captaincy. He can put Valencia in goal for all I care. Happy days.
You're absolutely right. He symbolises that era. I think the United Twitter account retweeted the goal that he scored Champions League, running over, hugging Jose. Makes you feel sick, to be honest. That it's not. I think Fellaini's a very talented footballer. Actually, I think he's really good at what he does. His control's not too bad either. His passing's a bit average, but he changes the way the whole team plays when he comes on. That maybe it's not his fault, and maybe the players around him, and maybe. But it all changes. The whole style of football changes, and that is not Manchester United. That's not his fault. And you can guarantee Ollie's not going to trash him. He's not going to crush him. He'll just probably explain this in a nice way, the way he is. He's not suited to our club, but he will go to another club, and he'll probably have a great career wherever he goes. He'll probably get loads of goals, and he'll push them on. Great. Fantastic. Don't do it at United. It's not what we want to see.
I tell you, you're right, because this is. I know there are Fellaini lovers in the live comments, because there always has been, but that's it for me, and that's the thing. It's the people always say about Fellaini, well, he's a good 10-minute option. When you're losing 1-0, he's a great last 10-minute option. Why? Why is long ball, punt it up to somebody who's a tree, a good option for Manchester United? Do you see Liverpool doing it? Do you see Man City doing it? Did you see Vintage United doing it? We never did that. 10 minutes, we've been behind. I mean, fortunately, most of my Manchester United supporting career has been under Sir Alex Ferguson. We did lump balls into the box, but they were whipped into the box with speed. We didn't have a long ball man. We might chuck Steve Bruce or Pallister or Vidic up front for the last 10 minutes, but we didn't go hoof ball, hang it up in the air, and everybody just try and get it off Fellaini's hair or chest. That's not what we've ever done. We've never done that. And I think we fell into this trap over the last 6 years. Oh, he runs through brick walls. So bloody what? Everyone should do that in a United shirt. Oh, he's a great last 10-minute option. Do you see Man City chucking hoofballs in the box, or Liverpool when they're 1-0 down in the last 10 minutes? They don't. You don't need to do that. I think that's what you're saying, Ross. It's like, yeah, he is success. He would be very successful in a certain type of team, but it's not what we want to see. And I don't see Ollie wanting that. I mean, because here we are. This is the perfect game for, if we're losing 1-0 with 10 minutes to go, or, he wants to try and win it in the last 10 minutes and Newcastle are parking a bus. Actually, you'd say Newcastle away, Fellaini last 10 minutes, that's quite a useful game to have him. The fact that he's absolutely refused to have that option on the bench is fantastic. He's sort of like saying, no, we're not going that way.
Yeah, and it nullifies the talents of all the players as well, because they've all got their individual talents, and then when you're chasing a game, you need everyone to up their game, do what they do best but better. When Fellaini comes on, it's just forget what you're about and hoof it up to him. So it's detrimental to every player. So I'm pleased that pleased they got rid of him. Well, getting rid of him.
I do want to ask you, because it's the start of a new calendar year, although it's halfway through the Premier League season, and I want people in the live comments to come in on this one, because I'll read some of them out in relation to what Ross is going to say. Start of a new year. Arsenal fans were giving it big yesterday. I even had Piers Morgan tweeting me. I said, get back in the pocket. Don't stick your nose in my business if you're an Arsenal fan, because you're going to get stung.
Hi, mate. Watch out. You'll hack your phone.
Yeah. So if we beat Newcastle, we're back to being 3 points behind them. When Ollie came in, we were 8 points behind them. They're shitting themselves, Arsenal, at the end of the day. But the reality is, I don't really care about Arsenal. They're a banter club. Getting above Arsenal just gets us 5th place. To be honest, if 5th is so important to Arsenal and it's 5th or 6th, they can have 5th, because 6th and 5th is shit. It's just a battle of how shit we are. The one that matters to me is 4th. I thought that was gone. And it was gone under Mourinho. And if Ollie can get us 4th, I think he doesn't deserve a statue, but he deserves something special, because it's very, very hard to do it. But Chelsea are 8 points ahead of us. They're home to Southampton tonight, so you'd expect them to win that. I think they've then got a very winnable game when we go to Spurs. So we've got to be very careful of that gap going up to double points again. It's a big gap, Ross. Forget Arsenal. I think we will reel Arsenal in. But Chelsea, 8 points. Hazard, Kante, they're a good team. Do you feel we will get top 4 realistically? I know we're on a buzz at the moment, but we know February's. I don't know what Chelsea have got in February, but we know we've got a bad month. We're going to have. I suppose the thing with Chelsea is, though, we have got them at Old Trafford and we've beaten them the last 2 years. So in your mind, you can sort of say it's a 5-point gap.
I've got no worries at the minute that we're not going to beat Tottenham. I know that sounds crazy, but all this talk of Tottenham have a better 11 than us. Why would Pochettino want to leave? They're a better team. They absolutely are not. I 100% wholeheartedly think United have a better team than Tottenham. They just weren't playing right. And Ollie's got them playing right. I think we will start to pick results up. And I don't think we should set targets yet. I think we should just keep going as he is. But I've seen a United in the last... Look, I know it's 3 games. They're not hard games. But I've seen a United that I haven't seen since Fergie left. I honestly believe that. Even under the Mourinho glory days, it weren't like it is now. The ruthlessness in that team. The players coming back. I think that if he gets this right, which he is, I can't see us doing anything but, because all the other clubs are going to drop points. I've always been ever the optimist, but Ollie's just given me an unbelievable shot of it, to be honest, and long may that continue. But look, mate, you're talking now. It can all go tits up in 90 minutes today.
We can't. These are the games we can't draw. We've got, Peter Van der Schans, I don't know who he supports. He says you must be so proud to be fighting for 4th place. You know what, mate? I actually am proud. I am proud, because the shit season we've had and the mess we were in, to be in a fight for 4th, I'm very proud, because and yeah, of course, Manchester United should be fighting for titles, but tell me what year we've done that in the last 6. I'm very proud that this team is fighting for 4th place, because 4 weeks ago we were fighting for 8th. You know, the turnaround, the positivity, yeah, it's a small step, but it's a step forward when we were absolutely sinking in our own sand. And I suppose when you look at it, I think, as you say, Ross, we've got to win today. There is a pressure on us. We've got to win these games. We can't draw. I think if you draw a game like this, you're almost saying goodbye to top 4, because the gap's just going to get bigger and bigger. But if we can just stick in there until February, and if we do lose to PSG, which many people think we will, because we will be underdogs, even if we're playing well, going out of the Champions League might not be a bad thing when you think, well, Arsenal and Chelsea are in that Europa League, which we know is a bloody nightmare.
Yeah, absolutely. What a game that is going to be. Again, like you just said, I don't even care if we lose that game. I just care that we go out there and show Europe, whatever, what Manchester United are about. Let's lose it 3-2. Let's lose it 4-2. Let's show them that Rashford is a talent. And that's what we didn't do. Although we beat Juventus, it was embarrassing. It's embarrassing to have all that talent on the pitch and play like we did. It felt like a nothing win. I want us to just go out there for the rest of this season. Like you said, I am proud. Let's go out there and let's just show everyone what we're about. The challenge is next season, maybe under a different coach, whatever. But these players have got something to prove. Pogba's turned it around in 3 miraculous weeks. If we can get that from Sanchez, if we can get that from Lukaku, because he is a talented player, Lukaku, is he another one that was under the Mourinho curse? We shall see. Because bloody hell, I can't believe the turnaround is Matic. It's unbelievable what that player's doing at the minute. He didn't down tools for Jose. He did not. I can guarantee you that.
No, he was all out, wasn't he? He's the best. He is the best example, isn't he? You know, people pick on Pogba and say, "Oh, look how he's playing well now." I just keep saying, go and look at Matic. He was one of Mourinho's fun boys. He was running through brick walls for Mourinho and was shit. He didn't want Mourinho to go and was shit. And then someone comes in who he doesn't really want, and look at the change.
And what we forget as well is whatever Matic was doing that we were all crucifying him for, Jose was walking off that pitch at the end of the day and giving him a big arm around the shoulder, going, "Thanks, mate, done exactly what I asked." That's where the issue was. So look, I wanted him to drop him. He didn't. I'm happy he didn't. You know, like I say, yeah, I'm probably wrong to slander Valencia a little bit, because if you can turn Matic around, we may see a different Valencia today.
Paul Robbins says, I'm loving positive Ross 2.0. To be fair, you always were quite positive, Ross. I think it was just that last month of Mourinho. It grounded everybody down. Alexis Sanchez, we've got to speak about him. A year ago almost that we signed him. Definitely not been a very good signing. He is the best paid player in the Premier League. We've got nothing anywhere near what he's worth. Talk about players trying to get back fit. He's been raring to go. Are you excited to see Alexis Sanchez? And where do you think he's going to fit in if we're saying, well, Martial's off the left, Rashford's up front? Do you think we'll finally see Sanchez happily going for that right-hand side spot? Do you think he's good enough? Do you think that can be our front three, or do you see him somewhere else?
I think that right-hand spot is Sanchez's position, because you don't play on the right wing. You tuck in. The right-hand spot is a free role. And that's what Lingard does in that role. That's what Mata does in that role. That is made for Sanchez. I'm so excited because, look, he signed last January. We haven't seen him. This is a brand new signing, and we do have one of the best attacking footballers in the Premier League. Everyone's got a fresh start. You hear a lot about noises coming out of Old Trafford, and the noises have been that he's, raring to go. He's training like a monster. He really feels like he's got something to prove now. That's the Sanchez you want, hungry Sanchez. And again, if we are pushing for this top four, I don't want to set the target. If we've got a hungry Sanchez, he's a fantastic. There's a reason why he's the highest paid player in the Premier League. He's unbelievable. We just haven't seen it yet. Get him playing around Pogba, playing around Rashford, playing around Martial. It's just going to be just soul destroying for the opposition, and that is what. In 3 to 4 games, Newcastle will, for the first time ever, will be fearing Manchester United tonight, based on what we've done. And I haven't seen that in a long time, a team fear us. We need to become that team again. In the tunnel, you're beaten already. We haven't had that in a few years. Sanchez can just add to that aura.
Look, you know what, as I said at the start, we're looking at that team and we're like, yeah, that's right. But, in the space of 3 weeks, we've got Martial and Rashford starting as our two number one sort of players in the front three, and Sanchez and Lingard and Mata are fighting out for the other spot, and Lukaku's nowhere. It's an amazing turnaround, and Pogba scored 4 goals in the last 2. This is the player that people take the mickey out of, and here he is doing what people like Salah and De Bruyne do. And people say, oh, it's only Huddersfield and Bournemouth. Well, you do play a lot of those teams in this league, and if you can keep that going, I mean, it's a big test. Every game's a test for United. I think people are expecting us to slip so they can go all the honeymoon's over. It will happen at some point, but I don't think it's going to happen tonight. Manu Stu says, what do you think of Jadon Sancho as the right-hand side option? If they're good enough, they're old enough, attack. Well, it's nothing to do with his age. He's doing absolutely fantastic for Dortmund. They're not going to let him go, though. That's why they've let Pulisic go, because they've got somebody better. It's on. I think it's on Sky Sports in the UK. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff. There is a lot of other games going on tonight, but they're 7:15. Quarter to 8. So United kick off in 32 minutes. A lot of people asking for your score prediction, Ross. I went for 3-1 United today.
I'm going to go with the weird and wonderful Drawy Devil and go 6-0.
I tell you what, if we do that, people can't say it's only Newcastle, because we lost here last season, and I think we do need to go and put a statement out. And I think one of the things I'm just going to say, Ross, before you go, is that we know we've only got 2 centre backs, and we don't really give a shit. No Bay suspended, Smalling injured, Rojo injured. Jones is playing with Lindelof, and we're sort of like, yeah, whatever, because it's all about the attack.
Absolutely, and the attack is pushing the defenders up higher, and that's what they're best at. Jones, Lindelof, winning the ball high up the pitch. But going back to the score prediction, in all honesty, anything more than a 1-goal win, a win by more than 1 goal is massive today, because let's not forget, I don't like him because he was a Liverpool manager, but Rafa Benitez is a very good manager. Very Jose Mourinho, and he will defend tonight. And they're going to be so hard to break down. So we can't get disillusioned if it's 0-0 at half time. We will break them down, but it is going to be tough tonight. 6-0 maybe is a bit too much.
You never know. I think the one thing that United have done in the last few games is we've got quite early goals, especially against Bournemouth and Cardiff, and that opens the game up against these teams who want to keep it tight. And I think we're a bit fortuitous away to Cardiff with the way the goals went in. But if we can get an early goal again, and I think teams are having to reassess what they do against United, because I think under Mourinho you knew we were going to be slow and pragmatic and allow you to get back into position. Whereas now teams are they're almost looking at us a bit like they do against Man City and Liverpool in the way that we're moving the ball quick. So teams are having to reassess how they approach, which gives us more time on the ball in different areas. But I'm not considering a loss. I think if we lose, then I would go as far as to say that top four would be almost impossible. But win is what we need, and I think that FA Cup game on Saturday, Ross, just before you go as well, is it should be a comfortable win. We're at home against Reading, but the FA Cup is maybe something that Solskjaer can look at as well with such a big squad, and there's an opportunity there as well.
Yeah, what I would say to that is don't get too carried away with the youngsters, because I think you'd see that as a really, really realistic chance of getting silverware.
Yeah.
And I would imagine he's going to go all guns blazing for that cup, and rightly so. A cup run can really spur on a season, no matter what cup it is. So, again, another. I look forward to every United game, and I've just been counting down the days to this one, and I will do to Reading.
Thanks for calling in, mate. Really appreciate it. And as I say, Happy New Year. Oh, shout out your Twitter, because I know you've changed it now, haven't you? Isn't it something?
Mate, I don't even know what I've changed it to. I think it's Succulent Solski, I think it is.
I've got you here. I've got you in here. It is. It's at Succulent with 2 C's. At Succulent Solski. SOLSKI. He's gone all football Twitter. It's all positive.
Mate, I've gone knees deep into it, mate.
I'll speak to you soon, mate, and thanks for calling in.
Catch you later. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, pal. We've got loads of people watching, so please do drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, little United stand icon. Click it, subscribe, and get involved with the channel. You're very, very welcome if you are new. We nearly got 10,000 people watching before kickoff, which is fantastic. I think it's going to be a big year for Manchester United. If you are new to the United stand, we're live every night at 8 o'clock. Obviously, it's going to be 8 o'clock for a game tonight, but we're always live at 8 o'clock. We've got fan cams. Flex is up there in Newcastle, so we've got fan cams. We've got match reaction. We've got the Transfer Daily at the moment. I hope you've been watching that. 7 a.m. every morning, Monday to Friday. You've got the Transfer Daily show going up. And we also do that all the way through the summer. Whenever there's a transfer window open, we've got a show for you every morning at 7 a.m. So that's interesting. Talking about Koulibaly. Already, a little bit of spoilers. We'll be talking about Pulisic and Godin tomorrow. Obviously, Pulisic has gone to Chelsea, but an interesting thing I want to say about that. Where is Fellaini? Who cares? Callum Macron. We don't give a shit. What I do want to say as well is it is the start of a new year. We are approaching the February 6th Munich anniversary. Obviously, we had the big one. Well, I say big one. What's big about something that nearly destroyed our club? But 60 years last year. So 61. It shouldn't change whether it's a round number or not. Every year we'll be remembering it. And I just want to point you to something. There's a link in the video description. It's a Just Giving page, and it's for the Manchester Munich Memorial Foundation, which we've been doing things with for the last 6 months or so, and we'll continue to be doing that. They're trying to raise £6,000 to support children's sports-related charities in Munich, Belgrade and Manchester. Obviously, Munich was where the tragedy occurred. Belgrade was where Manchester United were playing the game and they had to stop off to refuel in Munich, and that's where the problem happened, or the tragedy happened, on takeoff. And Manchester, obviously Manchester United. So they're trying to raise £6,000 through Just Giving to support children's sports-related activities in charities in Munich, Belgrade and Manchester. Every penny donated will go to that. We've had Patrick Burns on before, who's one of the people involved in that. We've had Tony on as well. Jerry RB, as you can see, has already contributed £200, which is absolutely fantastic. So please do, the link's in the video description, please do contribute to something that is absolutely massive for what our football club is all about. And I know you will do, because we've got a fantastic community here, the United Stand community, and I'm sure that you will do as well. So every little helps, and please do contribute through the link in the video description. Smoke Dog has been subscribed to the channel for 2 years, which is absolutely fantastic. Cool Fool says he's live and lonely. I don't know how you could ever be lonely when you're on the United Stand community, because it's buzzing as per usual. We're about 25 minutes away to kick off. Fellaini is washing Ollie's car. I think the Fellaini thing is massively symbolic, isn't it? He was Mourinho's sort of number one guy, and he can't even get on the bench these days. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because we look at Michael Carrick and we look at McKenna, who were basically Mourinho's right-hand men, and they are basically, with Mike Phelan, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's right-hand men. And yet, no Fellaini. It just shows you the power of the manager, doesn't it? Because the manager of Mourinho loved Fellaini. And here we have Ole, who's like, I'm not using Fellaini, which is fantastic. I just don't see where or how he can get into it. I don't see how he gets into it. I don't see how he gets into the team. I just don't see it. He's slow. He's got good control from a high ball. But if you're not playing high ball, I don't see it. So even he probably will get to play against Reading, I would have thought, at the weekend. But how does he fit into an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer team? I don't know. Andrew Ellis has been here from on the United Stand from day one, and he also dislikes Mourinho from day one. Ian Meavy says that Gary Neville's saying that Jose was hard done by. Gary Neville's wrong. He's wrong. I'm sorry, he is wrong. He's somebody I absolutely massively respect. I think his punditry is arguably the best in the UK. But like anybody, Sir Alex Ferguson got things wrong. Jemba, David Moyes. Gary Neville's wrong. And it's because, I believe, because he's part of the managerial union, where he doesn't like people to be sacked. But Jose Mourinho was a virus at Manchester United. I'm sorry, I don't even want to talk about the bloke anymore. David Moyes was a virus at Manchester United. Gary Neville has come out and said, I didn't want David Moyes to be sacked. He's coming out now saying, Jose Mourinho, I didn't want him to be sacked. Respect his opinion. He's a United legend and he's a brilliant pundit. I respect his opinion, but I don't even disagree with it. It's wrong. Mourinho was sending this club one way. I don't know how Gary can say he's been hard done by. No amount of money was going to stop him using Fellaini. No amount of money was going to stop him playing crap football. No amount of money was going to stop him being an egotistical, up his own arse manager. He's totally wrong. He was a terrible man manager as well. He couldn't get the best out of Pogba. Even the players that liked him, like Matic, were performing shit. He's wrong. Mourinho had to go. He's not been hard done by. He's walked away with 20 million quid. He's not been hard done by. It was time to go. He's gone. It was the best thing the club's done in months. Brilliant decision to get rid of him. And a brilliant decision to sack Moyes as well. But you get some people, I think Roy Keane's the same, because they've been sacked as managers themselves, they're very protective of managers. But they're wrong. They're wrong. I'm sorry. I don't even think... I've got no issue saying it. I respect a lot of what those people have got to say as pundits. As United legends, my respect has no end. But their opinions about Mourinho, I'm sorry, they're wrong as far as I'm concerned. What's with the form and how do I donate? Just join, says Jim Dog the man. Thanks for the contribution, Jim Dog. The link in the video description is for the Manchester Munich Memorial Foundation. They're trying to raise £6,000. We're going to be pushing that over the next few weeks because I think it's open to all United fans, but I would love to know that the United Stand community has blitzed that 6,000 because that, to me, shows what we're building on the United Stand. A fantastic community that's got the point of this club absolutely nailed down. And Manchester Munich Memorial Foundation, I know the people involved in it. It is about the legacy of this football club, and it is about doing good things for the future of this football club in relation to Manchester, Munich and Belgrade, and I think it's amazing what they're doing, and we will be backing it. Mark G says, I joined at 40,000 subscribers. I found the channel by accident. Thank you, Google. Google's got a lot of bad things, but it's got a lot of good things as well. And Philip Morgan says he's been here since 18,000 subscribers. It's a trip down memory lane at the moment with people, but all the good for hearing it. Happy to see Valencia back. I hope you are, Mark. Says George Ramos. I think we'll see. I think we'll see a better Valencia, because I think we've seen a better everybody under Ollie. I just don't see the point in Valencia or Ashley Young because they're so old. I don't see the point. What we're building towards next season, really. We've got a slim chance of top four, and we've got to keep believing it. And that is what Valencia and Young can help us out with. But next season, I don't see what they offer us. Mark, you think we will see the pink boots Phil Jones today? The cycle of Jones is a concern, isn't it? It's a good point. He has a few good games, then he makes a big, massive mistake, then he gets injured. That's the cycle of Jones. But I hope not. I hope not, because we need to win. We need to win this game today. We need to win it, 100%. Please do subscribe if you're new, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. My score prediction is 3-1, Ethan Buchanan, and I'm going for United, obviously. What defender would you buy, says A. Zaman. I want Koulibaly. If you watch Transfer Daily this morning, I want Koulibaly. That's the player that I want at Manchester United. I think they should spend the money. I wouldn't be disappointed with Manolas. People know I like Manolas. You know? Let us know where you're watching from. Everybody else shout a few places out. I always like to be nosy and see where people are watching from. I joined when Jose signed. Haven't been this positive since way back then, says Cam. Do we really need Matic in a game like this, says Lil TV HD? You know what I feel about Matic? I mentioned it on the Transfer Daily show this morning as well. I'm going to be talking about Pulisic to Chelsea on tomorrow's Transfer Daily, Subash. I have got something I really want to say about that, and I think a lot of you know part of what I might be thinking, because I really do like Pulisic, but I'm going to keep that back for Transfer Daily. That'll be going up at 7 a.m. tomorrow, so I haven't forgot about it. I just want to keep it in the transfer show tomorrow. But I do think that we do need to be. I think we will be active in this transfer window, and I think a centre back is probably what we're going to be looking at. Even more so because we've got so many injury problems at the moment. Just seen Martial with the widest smile ever, says CGS. Yeah, I was sort of seeing that myself, mate. He looks very happy. And I don't think he had a great game against Bournemouth, to be fair, but the setup for Rashford's goal was absolutely fantastic. And it's so good to have such positivity around the club again, to be actually looking forward to United games again. It is great, really, really great. We've got someone watching from Mozambique here, Mumba. We've got Suban in Sheffield. We've got Callum in the Netherlands. We've got Kadim in the Trinidad. And we've got Norway. We've got South Africa. We've got Brooklyn, Indiana. We've got Connecticut, Cape Town in South Africa. Lots of people watching, which is fantastic. And we want to see that positivity around Manchester United again. We definitely do. Positivity puts bums on seats. Positivity puts eyes on Manchester United. Positivity is absolutely essential to Manchester United. And it's absolutely essential to what we're trying to build as a football club. Avishak says, amazing 2018, started following you, went on my first overseas trip and first day out of my country, the season opener of my favourite club, Glory Manchester United. Thanks for that, Avishak. The positivity is really, really important. I mean, I look at what Abel Leon says he's watching from Austin, Texas. Cheers, Mark. Thanks for the contribution, Abel. Remember, you can do that through the $ at the bottom of the live comments, but please do give us something to read out. But, I look at Liverpool on the US tour last year because they smashed us, and the positivity around the fan base. I look at, people are starting to support Man City, most of them ex-Chelsea fans because of the brand of football they're playing. Good football, loyal fans will stick with you, but good football will make people more want to watch you. I mean, I know United fans over the last 3 or 4 months who have actually just not watched games because they're like, I don't want to watch us. I'll keep an eye out for the result, but I don't want to watch us. And that's very dangerous when you get like that, because I don't think I can't remember the last Manchester United match I missed. I can't think of the last one I didn't watch. I think it was probably Bayern Munich in August, the pre-season friendly. And I include pre-season games because I normally watch them all, but I was in Mallorca and I just thought, sod it. I looked at the team selection. Mourinho was so bloody negative. I thought I'm off out to get steaming on some sangria, so I didn't watch it. But the actual last competitive game we played, I can't remember the last one I didn't watch. So when people are starting to decide they don't want to watch you, that's a concern. So positivity is massive for United. Ollie Jakob Haug says, I'm watching from Ollie Solskjaer's hometown in Norway. Thanks, Ollie. I think the Norwegian people are very, very proud of him. He's doing a great job. Mr. Glenn Johnson, 80+ million for Koulibaly as one of the current best centre-backs, or 40 million plus for De Ligt, who will be one of the best in 2 to 3 years. I'd take De Ligt and then a 30 to 31-year-old instant leader to guide Lindelof, Bay and De Ligt. Well, remember, Godin could be potentially available. We're talking about him tomorrow as well. And Seth says, the legend says they planted a tree outside of Old Trafford to tribute Fellaini. I'm watching in a land full of happiness. Ollie Land, says Liam. Happy New York, Mark, to you and your family. I think he means Happy New Year, Neil Smith. But Happy New York as well. And we should play Rojo, says HYS Gaming. We can't when he's injured, mate. I think we literally have got 2 fit centre-backs. And their names are... Rojo. His names are... their names are... Jones and Lindelof. I mean, Rondon could cause a few problems today, to be honest with you. Rondon could cause a few problems. Anyways, in the house, Mad Marcus, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to yourself and everyone in the comments. How are you all doing?
Good. The positivity rumbles on into 2019.
It does.
And a very significant game. I think everybody's expecting United to win. I think everybody's right. But I also just want to say that, this is not Huddersfield or Bournemouth at home. This is Newcastle away. We lost here last year. And Liam Wilde actually says, I'm a Newcastle fan, and do you think Newcastle have a chance to do anything against this informed Manchester United side? I think the Premier League is capable of throwing up results. Crystal Palace beat Man City. Leicester beat Man City. You never would have expected that. So why can Newcastle not beat United? I don't think they will, but I do think that we need to take this is probably the toughest test yet. And let me just read these super chats, then I'll come to you.
Go. Yeah.
MSC says, watching from Northern Ireland, I was Jose until the Liverpool game. Should have been smarter than that. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, pal. And Julian Om says, been a Chelsea fan. I don't watch the anymore because what they did to Jose and Conte. What time does the game start? The game starts in about 14 minutes. But yeah, I mean, what you confident? I presume. What's your score prediction?
I am. My score prediction, mate, I'm going to go with a clean sheet, and I think it's going to be 4-0 to United. I think they're in a good run of form. Consistency is key. I'm liking the way we're attacking. I don't see where Newcastle can create us any problems at all. I think Rondon is absolute crap. Maybe Lascelles with a set piece, corner or a free kick, but no, I think this is going to be quite a comfortable game. I think it's just a matter of how long it's going to take for United to break them down, because Rafa is a very good tactician. He sets his teams up quite well defensively, but I think it's just a matter of just breaking them down. They'll probably sit there and look for a point and look at that as a good result against an informed United side.
Yeah, and who knows what could happen. We've got to win. We've got to win. We've got to keep that pressure up on United. Anyone who's joined us a little bit late, the team is De Gea, Valencia, Jones, and Lindelof, Shaw, Matic, Herrera, Pogba, Mata, Rashford, and Martial. I mean, Mata's an interesting one. Koulibaly, Ndidi, and Leon Bailey, says Toby Agudu. Mata coming into the team tactically, probably because Newcastle will sit deep, and you've got hopefully a bit of a magician to unpick the lock.
You need someone in this team to have that killer pass, and I think the way Pogba has been playing recently as well, I think Mata could be key tonight in having Pogba push higher up the pitch. If Mata's picking the ball up, he can play them silky one-touch passes into Pogba. Pogba will just like one touch out of his feet and have a crack at goal. I think Solskjaer would have probably told them tonight, the keeper is not the best either for Newcastle, so just shoot on sight. And I think the theme of Newcastle season, mate, is near enough every other week they get turned over by the opposition. So, they're going to be relegation battle. They don't have much money. The owner is tighter than a nun's arse, isn't he? So, I don't see why they can't just keep on going. Just consistency for United. Keep playing the way they're playing, and the result will take care of itself in the end. But I fully expect us to dominate the game and quite easily win 4-0.
What I like as well, and I've not mentioned it, is if you look below me, you can see the Manchester United form in the last 5 games of the Premier League and the Newcastle form. So Newcastle's last 5 games has been drawn, loss, win. But look at the United one now. That's changed obviously in the last few games since Ollie's come in. It's never looked so good. Another couple of wins and we can get rid of that red L. But 4 wins from the last 5 with the L being obviously that Liverpool game. But, it's looking good from United. And Ibrahim and Jade Cougar both saying, where's Alexis Sanchez? He's on the bench. And I suppose there was a chance he might have started today. But I certainly think we'll see him, Marcus, at some point. And very excited to see him too.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is a great opportunity. Word coming out of United, and Ollie said it in his press conferences as well, he's chomping at the bit. It's almost as if Ollie has given these players a new lease of life under his management. The attacking football is key. You don't want these flair players having to keep on tracking back for 90 minutes and just sitting there saying, well, okay, we'll break every team on the counter-attack. We should be going out to these teams, dominating from start to finish, and get the swagger back that we've been missing for like 4 or 5 years. So, and I think we've been doing that. We have been doing that.
Definitely. And, it's... I look at United now, and I think Gary Lineker said it the other day. What do you do if you don't like football at this time of year? Because, look, Christmas is... some would say it's over. I've still got my tree up till the weekend. That's how I roll. 12 days of Christmas. I enjoy it. But what I would say is, in fact, we need to sort that out. I'm going to sort that out. Christmas isn't over. But the football at this time of year is always, even as a kid, when Christmas is over and you're like, oh God, whatever, or even when you're going back to work, the football's there and it's thick and fast. And I look at what's to come, and there we go. We've got the Christmas back for you. But we've got... Missy Bew says, been here since 2,000 subscribers from Rochester, New York, and they're going for a 4-0 United win. Well, I love that whole comment. It's brilliant. Thanks for the contribution. And I'd love to see a 4-0. But the football is coming thick and fast for United now. The FA Cup starts. Reading at home at the weekend. I think a lot of people are very excited to see if we'll see a little bit of the youth involved in that. I think we're back. We're back. Good. I tell you what, I absolutely am going to block that F word. I fucking hate it. So anybody who does it, I'll just block you. I hate the F word. I genuinely hate it. So don't put it in the live comments, because I don't like it. Anyway, we are back, which is good. I think it might be something to do with putting that Christmas thing. Christmas is over. Christmas is over. We're not having Christmas up there again. So that's fucked off, because it seemed to be that went up and everything went to the doghouse. But hopefully Marcus will ring me back, because I don't want to ring him back. Fartek, you think you're really clever, don't you? How much more do you have to spend to get fourth, says Peter? I don't think we need to spend anything, mate. Hello, Marcus.
How rude! You cut me off.
No, I didn't. I think we lost the stream. I think the Christmas decorations at the back sort of burned my computer processor, so I've took them down. It was bad luck. It was the Christmas ting that ruined it. But there you go.
I'm sitting there talking away. I thought, hang on a minute, what are you doing?
Well, I was asking you about the FA Cup, to be fair, but you asked that, and then I can go back to what I was going to do.
Yeah, I did say, like with the FA Cup, if he's going to play the youngsters and the likes of Fellaini and McTominay, I would worry about those two individuals in particular, because the football we're playing under Solskjaer now, I don't see where those two players fit in. So,
I think McTominay's one I just because the Carrick and people like that have said he's good. I just wonder if McTominay might be one of those sort of Matic players who, Mourinho likes him but wasn't getting the best out of him. I'm interested to give him a chance. I don't think he can ever get the best out of Fellaini because we know what he is. But McTominay, I don't think he's got it in him, but maybe I think he deserves another chance.
Well, I think, and this is the thing with Solskjaer, isn't it? He's willing to give everyone a chance. It's a clean slate. But I think Fellaini, the way we're playing football, I think Fellaini, if Solskjaer gets the job in the summer, I think Fellaini's time will be up. I really do, because I think the only reason why Matic is starting the game so far is because we don't really have a natural CDM. I mean, Herrera can do it, but as a natural CDM, we don't really have one. So, I'd worry about Fellaini going out. McTominay as well. I don't see where he would fit into this squad unless he went out on loan and was maybe tried in a different position. But there's a couple of players in this squad that should really be looking over their shoulders, thinking, well, if this is the way United are going to play now, where do I fit in?
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, what I was going to say that before as well is that there's no international breaks at this time of year. Some people get the post-Christmas blues, but if you're a football fan, you just focus on the football. And, people say, January, February, they're shit months. I mean, look at United. We've got this game tonight. We've got Reading. We've got Spurs away after that, which is Sunday, the 13th of January. Then we've got Brighton on the 19th at home, which is a game we need to win. Then we've got probably another FA Cup game, because I don't think we'll lose to Reading. Then we've got a midweek game against Burnley. And then we go into that February, which for me is just unbelievable. We've got Leicester away. Then we've got Fulham away. Then we've got PSG. Then we've got Liverpool. Then we've probably got a cup game in between PSG and Liverpool. Then we've got Palace away. And then into March, you got Southampton, PSG, Arsenal, Man City, Watford. It's just thick and fast for United all the way through till April. And then, obviously, by then, we'll seriously know where we're at. But it's I'm just so grateful to, I suppose, to the club, really, for giving us our season back. It's a tough thing to do when you're so far behind, but I think with Mourinho, the season was dead, and we've now got something to focus on. So, really, really looking forward to it. And but you can't afford to drop points today. You've got to win.
No, this is it. We've got to go to these places. We've got to get the results. Obviously, Arsenal won yesterday against Fulham. Chelsea as well. The gap has not been cut to Chelsea, but I would expect going into the end of this month and early February time, if we're still around, or maybe even we cut the gap down to maybe like 5 points to Chelsea, and we're battling Arsenal for fifth. I do expect us to push on. Traditionally, United always come alive in the second part of the season. I think Ollie's spoken about that as well. So if he's taking notes from Sir Alex, I expect this team to really, really start kicking on now, probably in about 2 or 3 weeks' time, and really show what they're all about once Ollie's settled in and he's got his idea of his first 11.
We're a lazy team under Mourinho. The fitness levels need to improve.
Yeah, fitness has got to improve. I mean, the distance covered is improving gradually, game by game. You can. I think, looking at the bench as well tonight, Mark. I mean, I know you said earlier it wasn't a fantastic bench, but attacking wise, there's some decent attacking options on there. There's 3 attacking players on there, possibly 4 if you count Fred. But I mean, Lingard, Lukaku, Sanchez. Fully expect Sanchez and Lukaku to come on if we're chasing the game. But I'm really looking at one-way traffic tonight. I can't see anything other but United result.
Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner, get involved with the United Stand. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We've also got Transfer Daily throughout the transfer window that goes up at 7 a.m. So if you're getting up for work, getting up for school, university, or you're just getting up and you're a millionaire. Put the Transfer Daily on, find out what's going on with United. And if you are a millionaire, or if you're not, remember the link in the video description. We're trying to raise £6,000 for the Manchester Munich Memorial Foundation, working towards February the 6th now. Massive day in Manchester United's history, remembering those who lost their lives in the Munich tragedy. There is the Manchester Munich Memorial Foundation now, and they're trying to raise £6,000 for charities for children in Manchester, Munich and Belgrade, and the United stand is firmly behind that. Tom says, really liking what I'm seeing from United at the moment. Pogba on fire, can't wait to see Sanchez. Still need a centre-back and a quality, fast CDM and right winger. Thanks for that, Tom. And the Turbo Warrior 343, new reports say Diego Godin won't sign a new deal at Atleti, and United are looking at Costas Manolas for £34 million in January, Lake. Well, we're here anyway. Ooh. I've gone Scottish. I wanted to do Geordie, I just can't do it. But we've kicked off. Game's kicked off.
We have, and already Herrera picking the ball up, the loose ball straight away in the midfield. United again. I mean, just looking at that left-hand side, Martial and Luke Shaw seem to be getting a decent partnership down that left-hand side.
Marcus, I'm just going to pop for 5 seconds. I think I might be watching the slightly slower channel, so 1 minute.
Yeah, okay, go on then. Let's have a look. 30 seconds in, says wet lettuce. Yep, and already United are picking up the loose balls. Lindelof, bit of a shaky pass there. It's gone out for a throw for Newcastle. Will Hansen says forward passes, no sideways stuff. Exactly. Elliot McMullen says, Mark Ladd, get a effing Stella in you. I don't think he drinks Stella. I'm not sure. I'll ask him. Let's have a look. I'm not sure if he's read these contributions out, but I will leave them just in case he hasn't. Valentino says 4-0 to United. I think so as well. Hanji says, hi, Chair. How we doing? Shiva, how we doing? Matt will score a free kick, says Jake Ballman. Mark's just gone to change his TV channel. Ashan, don't worry, he's coming back. Don't panic. No goal yet. But Newcastle on the attack, but United quite comfortably pick the ball up and out to Martin. Newcastle very compact in the middle of the park. So I think United's going to have to look wide. He's on. There we go, yeah. Hi, I don't think you want to do that, mate. I really don't think you want to do that. Hiya, Sally. You all right? Haven't scored yet. Ollie out. Liam wants a clean sheet. Yeah, so hopefully, I just want to say again, Happy New Year to you all. Hope you had a fantastic New Year's Eve. And all the best for 2019.
Sorry, I'm back now. I always seem to have it on the wrong... basically, we get Sky put it on 2 channels. One of them's 5 seconds behind the other, so I always seem to be on the one that's 5 seconds, and I can always tell when it starts because Marcus is slightly ahead of me. So I'll just change it. Brandon Roach says, hi Mark, love your show and your insight into the games watching in Malanga, Ireland. Always got a soft spot for the Irish. I lived there for 3 years, and this time of year always makes... Yeah, I lived in... Yeah, I've never told you this. And I went to watch United play Chelsea. But I always do sort of feel nostalgic about my time in Ireland at this time of year, because especially when the Six Nation rugby comes on, because Dublin just comes alive when that's on. But not that it's not alive anyway. It's a fantastic place. I need to get back to Dublin, actually. I haven't been for a couple of years. So, but United looking to move that ball quick again, and Matic on the ball. I mean, 4 touches there, 5, 6. Don't like that, Matic. Get it out your feet. But
but look at the amount of Newcastle players there that were just swarming the middle.
Martial. Oh, you see, look at the quick interchange between United. They're panicking already, Newcastle here. Pogba's just left somebody for dead and a cross shot. The confidence and exuberance from this team. Martial, Pogba, they're playing with a smile on their face. They've got that freedom. The horses are running freely. And I just don't know how Gary Neville has apparently come out, Marcus, and said he was hard done by Jose Mourinho. The only thing I can think of is he's just part of this Managers Protection League, where if you get the sack, you've got to stick up for them, because he knows. He's not a stupid man. He's a brilliant pundit. He knows United are just totally different.
If he's behind Jose as much as his comments suggest he is, I would love to ask him what he thinks that Mourinho did right at his time at United, because I would struggle to find 2, maybe 3 things. Certainly not tactics or man management. They were abysmal. I really can't think of anything. I mean, I think one of the pluses you'd have to say would be the Europa League, even though it's the BTEC Champions League. Apart from that, he made our trophy cabinet full. He got us the trophy that we were missing.
United pumping this ball around, absolutely lovely. I mean, then Herrera does a stray pass, but there's so much speed and movement from United now. It's a joy to watch, and I can't wait for us to play a really good side. And I don't mean that disrespectfully to Newcastle, but a team that plays football, whether it's PSG, Spurs in a couple of weeks, Liverpool. I can't wait to see how good we are, because I still don't think we're good enough. But there is an improvement in us, and I can't wait to see that. But Marcus is right as well. I think we're not even seeing the best of what Solskjaer can get from United yet, because you can't be a team that's near the bottom of the league for distance covered and lazy, and then become one of the best, quickest, most pressing teams in the league without a lot of work on the training ground. And you don't get a lot of work on the training ground at Christmas because the games are so quick. So once the fitness levels improve, we're going to be even better, which is great. I've got a funny story to tell you actually in a little bit about my little break at Centre Parks, which I just want to say big shout out to Marcus and Jared for doing the watch along in my absence on
that's all right, mate.
Sunday.
It's all right. Pleasure.
I was keeping an eye on it whilst I was every time I went to the bar, I'd got my phone out and had a look at the viewing figures, and you're all right, you can carry on. No, it's nice to have a break every now and again, but
yeah, we had more than 50 watching, mate. Don't worry. But yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And Jared, I assume, thoroughly enjoyed it. If the people that were watching and people in the comments enjoyed it, we'll gladly do it again. It's not a problem. But,
well, I've already booked my next trip anyway, so you will be doing it again.
Have you?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I have to go to Centre Parks every year. I like it. It's good family break. But United on the edge of the box here. Matic gives it away.
Yeah, I think I'm noticing with Newcastle as well. I mean, even as soon as they pick the ball up on the edge of their box, they're only playing out 10, 15 yards and then they're going backwards.
The press from United is a joy to see. I'm no Liverpool fan. Obviously, I don't want them to win the title. I've got nothing worse, but you can appreciate it. You appreciate it even more when it's of your biggest rival, because it annoys you. Jordan, I can't go checking tweets to the United stand. Do you realise the United stand's got over 100,000 followers? If somebody's tweeted us, the timeline's massive. I can't. Sorry, Jordan, I can't. Send a direct message. I can't be going looking at that when we're doing a watch along. And you keep putting it the same message in the live comments. And I appreciate you've tweeted us, mate, but how am I supposed to go and check that?
Great ball by
there.
Pogba there. Mata nearly got in. Yeah. I mean, Herrera is absolutely all over the place at the minute, just running everywhere.
Oh, it's as I say, it's a joy to watch United pressing the ball, because it's what everybody wants to see, whoever you support. But it's great for United to see.
I mean, eyes on Valencia tonight as well. The captain's come back in, big responsibility again. So, it'd be interesting to see how he gets on. First game back in a while.
He's no captain of United, but at the end of the day, if we've got to put up with Valencia being our captain to get Fellaini out of the matchday squad, I'll do it. Martial again, good bits of skill, wins a free kick.
A couple of times Martial's been caught out on that left-hand side by Hayden, I think it is.
New Urban Deals makes a good point, and I like these sort of things, because we must never forget that whilst it's rosy in the garden, there are still going to be a few little bumps, and Matic has been taking a lot of touches in this first 5 minutes, and he needs to just get it out of his feet a little bit quicker. It's a hard thing for him to do, though, because his mindset has obviously been to... Vish says as well, Matic is frustrating, but it's early days. He has been taking a lot of touches again, but at least when he's finally getting rid of it, it is a pass forward.
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, Newcastle are crowding out the middle of the pitch.
Is it Rashford? Keeper's not held on to it. Lindelof, we not won a corner there.
No.
Goal kick, that was a bit soft.
Yeah, I mean, the keeper there should have really caught it. Dubravka, whatever his name is.
Here's a question for you then, because it's a goal kick to Newcastle. Have you still got your Christmas decorations up, Marcus?
No.
Oh, what? What about when did you take him down?
Yesterday.
New Year's Day, you took Christmas decorations down.
Yeah, yesterday night. I mean, it's
6th of January.
We put them up 12 days before.
Oh, that's fair.
But
I was going to say, these people who take them down early, yet they've got them up in fucking November. They're the ones who annoy me the most. There's a few on my road. We've had them up since the middle of November, and they take them down halfway through the 12 days of Christmas. You're not meant to take them down till January the 6th. But
I'm a bit of a clean freak, mate. I don't like being not able to clean the windows and dust everywhere and stuff like that.
I'll tell you what, I can't wait. One of the great things about modern technology is I think it will be the death of the Christmas card. They just irritate the shit out of me. I like the lights, I like the decorations, but the Christmas card is just a pain. Every time you close the door, 4 or 5 fall down. Rashford.
Oh, Rashford. Surely that's a foul.
Ref's not having it.
I mean, it's shoulder to shoulder, but that's a blatant nudge. That is a nudge. It's outside the box, but
yeah, it could have been a free kick.
Well,
Linesman's looking right at it. Sally Devil Red 7 virtual high five says that hers are still up. Mine are up till Sunday. Kids go back to school on the Monday anyway, so it's nice just to. I just like that. What I like after Christmas is all the bloody hype's gone, and I've got all the lights up, and I just think I like that. Dark nights, lights.
Time to chill, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stress and that is finished with. But my kids are back to school tomorrow. But Martial's in down the left ear. Yeah.
Cross comes in. It's a good start from United anyway. 10 minutes.
It is.
And it's been a good start from United, and not had a shot on goal yet, but I think we're working towards it. J-Dog says United should go for Adrien Rabiot, replacement for Matic. Also, he's French, good going forward. I wouldn't mind getting hold of him. I think he's going to Barcelona because he's free, isn't he?
That would be a good sign if we could get him.
Rashford's gone down, clutching his hand here, but Lindelof's in to win, clutching his leg. Yeah.
Oh, Rashford's in the walls already in the first 11 and a half minutes.
I love Rashford up front. I mean, I didn't get to say it to Ross because he was saying, he said he thought Rashford was crap. But I have been saying for a long time on this channel that Rashford is a number 9. He's not a winger, and so I do feel justification. You just got to play him every week, and I think Solskjaer has looked at that. And what better vindication? Goldbridge saying he's a number 9, or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the scorer of one of our best ever goals, saying he's a number 9 and was a number 9 himself. So, Solskjaer knows what he's on about with Rashford. I just think he can be a fantastic number 9. He could
be. He's got to work on his finishing though. For me,
which Solskjaer will be brilliant for him, even if he's only in for 6 months. Newcastle are in.
Good save to Gea.
Good save to Gea.
Good save to Gea. Pretty simple. Low down to De Gea's left.
Good game though. Good game.
That.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
It's quite frenetic from both sides in relation to effort levels, and that's in a way that's quite good from Newcastle to have a chance because it will get their crowd up, and it might just make them be a little bit more on the front foot, which could let us back in.
Well, I think in terms of the points, there's 3 points up grabs here, and I don't really think that Newcastle can afford to lose it either because the way they've been playing all season it's really poor. They have some decent players. I mean, the Lascelles, the centre back. They got that American right back, and Yedlin, is it? I think it is. Yeah.
Is this Atsu for them? It's another shot away.
Yeah. I mean, that's both, 2 for De Gea.
Yeah, both routine saves for De Gea, but they're both 2 shots on goal. We haven't had a shot on goal yet, which.
Yeah. That came from a mistake from Phil Jones, though, trying to play a cushioned header out from the back, but should have just got on the end of that and just got it away. But at least De Gea's warmed his gloves up in the first 15 minutes. United doing really well. They're still pressing quite high up as well.
Happy New Year to MJ Gamer, one of our lads on tonight.
Phil Jones.
Good tackle.
Jesus.
Phil Jones with a worldie. Ollie is rewriting history here.
Well, I thought that was it. I thought that was 1-0 to Newcastle then. Get him out. But Martial's in. Shot near post. Oh, side netting. Phil bloody Jones. What boots has he got on tonight, Mark? Do you know?
Well, he made the tackle there, to be fair.
Yeah, but it was him that give it away. Look, watch. What the bloody hell's he thinking? Well, I can't tell whether they're like a faded salmon colour or a light gold.
He's gone for gold now, bloody gold.
Yeah.
Don't you mess up. If you're wearing gold boots, you're going to get a bit from the gold bridge, mate. Don't be putting gold on your boots. He's taking a piss, isn't he? He will know about the pink boots rant, and he's probably gone and put gold boots on there, trying to be clever, trying to be funny, aren't you, Phil? It's subtle humour. Well, I don't do subtle. I'll do in your face humour. And if you fuck up in gold boots, you're getting it. Cross comes in, Lindelof.
Judd Lindelof has been in great form under Ollie as well.
Well, to be fair, he was good under Mourinho as well. He was.
But he didn't really get a good... Oh, Rashford again. Look, how's he playing on? Ref, come on, man. That's 3 or 4 Rashfords took. He's not giving
I'm enjoying this
skill,
game.
Pogba.
That's a foul on Pogba. Come on, ref.
Yeah.
Mariner.
He's not...
Bloody Mariner.
He's
I'll
not
chuck you in
blowing
the
up.
sea in a minute. Here's Martial. Go on.
Oh, Rashford made the run there. But yeah.
I'm enjoying the game, though, because the referee is sort of trying to let it go. I think there's been a few dodgy tackles in there, but it's making it more, how long is it since we've been moaning about referees as well? Pradnia says, when I heard about Pulisic, I found it hard to decide what's less funnier, him feeling proud to be at Chelsea or him believing that it's a great club. I'll be talking about Pulisic on the Transfer Daily tomorrow, don't worry. And CGS says, Phil Jones, 2 mistakes already. I feel this is the day he costs us the game. It's the gold boots, CGS. The bloody gold boots.
Good call
Jones
up by
cross.
Rashford. Oh. Out for a throw.
What mods have we got on tonight? MJ Gamer's on.
MJ's there.
George.
Snaps is there.
Maria's here, yeah.
Maria's there, yeah.
I just want to say a shout out to the mods as well. They do a fantastic job. We will be looking to get a couple more mods in the very near future, actually, Marcus, won't we? And he is the scout of the mods. So, you don't just say, can I be a mod? He'll keep an eye on. But all I would say is just watch as many live shows as you can, get involved. And, that's how everybody gets involved. So, we definitely want to give people a chance to do it because that's what the United Stand community is all about. And the Discord channel will be back. Obviously, Christmas has been very, very... Christmas is a time where everybody's all over the place, haven't we? Like, Sophie's not been on for a while because we've not done a Sunday night for a couple of weeks. But Sunday Night Live will be back on Sunday, funnily enough, at 8 with Sophie and probably Flex or Rants. And we'll get the Discord back on Monday as well. My FIFA back... Definitely back on Monday. Everything goes back to normal on Monday here in the UK. I might play a bit of FIFA before that. Football Manager, we've got to sort that out as well, Marcus, because I want to do this online Football Manager, but I've downloaded it, but I haven't had a play yet. So
yeah, be prepared to lose your life when you play that, mate.
Have you played it already?
Yeah. I mean, I always play the Football Managers every year, and you can start setting your team up and doing your transfers. Next thing you know, 3-4 hours have gone.
Yeah, this is the trouble. I used to play it as a kid, Championship Manager. Sharath Kamath Fitness says Phil Jones is good when everything happens quickly. When he has more than a second on the ball, his brain falls off.
He panics.
Fair point. But Newcastle are starting to come into this game, I'd say, the last 10 minutes. United have started well, but this Atsu's in again.
Atsu's causing trouble.
And he can't finish his dinner, thankfully. He really can't. But he's had 3 opportunities, and I think Newcastle are starting to sense something here.
Yeah, I mean, Phil Jones was high up the pitch there. He left Lindelof on his own at the back, and the long ball caught him out.
Robbie Stone says United looking a bit terrible at the moment. Newcastle are certainly the better team at the moment. But the honeymoon will end. I don't think it's going to end tonight, but there will be a bad performance from United, and there could be numerous reasons for that. Fatigue. You can't run 100 miles an hour every 3 days when you're a team that's not very fit. And I said that before the very first game. Fitness is one of the big things Ollie's going to have to deal with because he wants to play football at a fast, intense rate, and the team he's inherited is a pragmatic, slow team.
It's a good open game so far. 3 attempts for each team, 2 on target for each team. So good open game so far. Just coming up to nearly 20 minutes. Atsu is definitely the danger man here for Newcastle. So Newcastle got a throw in on the far side. Coming cleared away by Matic. I think United just got to go back to what they were doing in the first 5-10 minutes. Just get the ball on the floor, get the confidence back. Oh, Rashford could be in down the right. No, out for a throw.
Damien says Valencia is so bad. Yeah, he looks a little bit rusty, but to be honest, nobody's really... I think Martial's looked quite good when we've actually got him on the ball. But you want to, we don't want to beat every team 4 or 5-0, then go to Spurs against the good team and have our first test. I want this to be a test tonight. Huddersfield are beating Burnley at the moment. I don't know. We'll keep you up to date with all the other games because they are 15 minutes ahead of us. Chelsea 0-0 with Southampton at the moment. I mean, that would be a bloody godsend if Southampton could get something there. I don't think they will, but...
Is that at the Bridge?
Yeah, it's at the Bridge. Hazard, Willian, Barkley. They've had 72% possession and 6 shots so far, Chelsea. So, yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't discount Southampton. They've good run of form with that new guy.
Red Jedi says Valencia is nowhere to be found defensively. I think we've started poorly, to be honest. Yeah, call a spade a spade. Definitely. I don't think it's been that good a start from United. Herrera not good enough. That's from Stiga. Ollie can come in and be a man manager and improve the way we play football, but he can't rewrite history with players. If you don't rate Herrera, he's not suddenly going to be the best midfielder in the world. If you don't rate Valencia, he's not going to suddenly be 21 again. The problems are still there. It's about getting what he can get out of this team in the time that he's got. Nollenson says thoughts on the Pulisic move. I've got some thoughts on the Pulisic move. Very strong thoughts. I'll be talking about Pulisic on Transfer Daily, which we're doing every morning at 7 a.m. Throughout the transfer window. So I'll be talking about the Pulisic thing on that tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. So make sure you subscribe and get involved and get your notifications on. That's late on Pogba. Do a yellow card. Come on.
I think it's about time he pulled out a card.
No, he's not.
Rashford's had 3 or 4. Martial's took a couple. Pogba's had a couple now.
Yeah, and he's not done it.
No.
I'll speak the truth, says we're going to lose today. Jack Lawrence says Matters looked poor.
He's very
Matters
quiet.
Had a good game for a while for United,
Very quiet. I think Herrera's like the dog's body in the team at the minute. He's the one doing all the running around, the mopping up.
Lewis Ford says, I hope the true Geordie finds you. He knows where I am. He sent me direct messages. I'll get on all right with him. So shut up.
I do like him, but he swears a bit too much for me to watch him all the time.
That's the one I don't like.
Martial's in. Oh, no. Good tackle there from the Newcastle player, to be fair.
Let's be patient, says Sharath Craft Fitness. Rafa is a veteran and he sets up like Jose. Yeah, technically very, very good. Here's Phil Jones. Interception, that's what we want to see. I have tweeted out what colour are Phil Jones's boots because Marcus has got me worried saying that they might be a pale gold. I think they're white, but...
They're not white. They're definitely not white, mate. They're definitely not white. No way they're white. To me, they look... It's either a pale gold or like a real light salmon colour. But no way are they white. I mean, if you look at the whites of the shorts and then look at Phil Jones's boots, 2 different colours. Rashford's in down the left. Again, he's barged off the ball.
Come on, ref!
That's the second time, ref.
It's the same bloody player again.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a penalty because there's not much of a reaction, but... So
United got 60% going down the left-hand side, 18% for the right.
See, that's because Shaw and Martial have got something going on. Mata and Valencia. I don't know who we played down the right-hand side against Leicester and Brighton at the start of the season, but we got annihilated down the right-hand side, and I know it was Mata. I don't think it was Valencia, but...
Oh, was it Ashley Young down there?
It might have been, or it could have been Darmian, but it's the right-hand side is shit, to be honest with you. We're in a long ball.
Rashford's in.
Rashford!
Oh,
he couldn't do it. That's the finishing you're on about. I know it's only half a chance, but... you know that Solskjaer would have found a way there.
I mean, to be fair to the kid, I think he did get a toe on the ball, but
Here we go.
Martial's in.
Martial, he don't miss those. He does,
Oh,
over the bar. It was hard chance. Mata put him in. It bounced a bit high. Refs in the Premier League are a joke, says Sergio Hernandez. Thanks for the contribution. But good quick play here. Pogba finds Mata. Martial's made the run. It just won't drop for Martial quick enough. It's a chance.
I
And
think
this is the
Rashford can't. He gets a toe on it. Yeah, he does. I think he gets a toe on
stretching.
it. Good
They're
save by the
both quite
goalie.
similar chances, aren't they, really?
Yeah.
Half chances for United there.
But United, doing everything right so far. I think it's a tough away game, but that's 3 or 4 opportunities now they've created, playing the quick football down the left-hand side.
Of course, the exciting thing is we've got Sanchez.
Well, this is it. I mean, you got him to come on in the second half. Where's he going to go? I would hope he goes on the right-hand side. I wouldn't really want Martial to come off in the second half. Huddersfield and Burnley are 1-1 now.
Oh, Matic.
That's gone. Yeah. But again, when the team's playing like this, Mark, I mean, I don't see where you can fit McTominay or Fellaini in.
No, they slow it down. I mean, Dan Kelly's just said that Matic is so frustrating to watch. I think he slows it down to a certain extent, but at the moment, I actually agree with Matic playing because I don't know who can play that CDM role. I think we need to buy somebody. We do need. I mean, AS7 says Twatic. We do need an upgrade on Matic, but I don't think we've actually got anybody in the squad at the moment. I think we need to buy somebody, and whether it's Ndidi from Leicester or Ndombele from Lyon, I like them both, but I do think we need to buy a CDM. I think at the moment is some space for Martial to run into.
Pogba's bombing forward on the left.
Gives it to Pogba. Back post to Mata.
Oh,
It was the right ball, just not the right height. Newcastle clear it, but good quick break from United. You just don't see that from United. You don't see that.
I mean,
we do now, but we never saw it under Mourinho. That quick pace to break. Here we go. Look at this.
Oh, Rashford.
Rashford trips over himself. Quick interchange between him and Martial. He's running into the box and he falls over himself. It's a shame, but it's that speed on the break.
You're talking about CDM there, Mark, and saying we have to buy someone. Would you give Fosu Mensah a chance in there?
Nah.
No?
I don't know that. I haven't even checked with Fulham, but I don't know the last time that Fosu Mensah actually played a game. I don't even know if he's injured.
Well, I mean, Twansebe's an interesting one as well at Villa.
He's injured.
I mean, apparently he's been playing quite well.
Very well, very, very well.
Another score update. Watford are 2-0 up at Bournemouth.
Yeah, so Fosu Mensah came on yesterday against Arsenal, but he's not even a first teamer for fucking Fulham. Ow.
Well, they have just changed their manager recently, haven't they, as well?
Pogba, too many men on.
So, I mean, straight away, Pogba there surrounded by 3 people. Go on, Herrera. Oh.
That'll be a yellow card.
Oh.
Could even be a red.
That is nasty. That's a yellow.
He's giving him a yellow. I don't know. Herrera does overreact a little bit, but I don't know. If his studs are up, it's a red, this, for me. Tell you what.
Do you know what, Mark? Oh,
it's a red. It's a fucking red every day of the week. Absolute nailed on red, that was. And he's bottled it. He's late. His studs are showing. Disgusting.
Took his right foot out and then he's gone right through him and took the left ankle as well.
Bottled it, ref. Atrocious. Atrocious decision.
United coming forward, Herrera. And Valencia's free on the right. Martial's out on the left. Great take by Martial there. Oh, look how far Luke Shaw's forward as well. Look. Absolutely amazing the amount of red shirts that are up there in that final third.
Newcastle parking the bus for sure. I thought it was Billy Badfinger. I'm with you. I thought it was a definite red card. It's late. The studs are showing. Nowhere near the ball. It's a red.
Great bit of play between Mata and Rashford. Pogba, go on, bang it. Oh. Just wide. Great link-up play between Mata and Rashford. Herrera involved in it as well.
Yeah, Jay Wood, I agree with you. It's as red as Bays. Exactly. That's what I'm judging it on. Anyway, I'm just going to grab a beer, Marcus.
Yeah, man. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Being as I'm celebrating Christmas and you're no longer not.
Robertos Ramos says great play. Okay. Marino's scared of True Geordie, says Ben S. So would I be if I saw him face to face. Yellow says Peter.
Need to get a goal. That's what we need.
Yeah. Valencia's doing nothing, says Vish. Valencia's not really been involved.
Go on, into the box.
I say a ball, ref.
I thought that was a foul, to be honest. It looked like a body check. They're getting away with a lot. No consistency from the referee, says James Barker. He's bottled it. You know what? He's a home banker with a W. The ref's bottled it there because it's Newcastle at home and he knows if Newcastle go down to 10 men, game over. Well, tough. Should be game over.
I look at the space that Valencia's got on the right-hand side here, and I thought Lindelof was going to ignore him then, but again,
Valencia's needs to step forward into that gap there that Lindelof... That's it. Get into that space in front of him. Roll it in.
There we go. Rashford's in.
Go Mata.
No one for the rebound.
Where's the backup? That Herrera should be on that. Yeah. Herrera should be on that. Herrera's playing way too deep here. There's 2 or 3 occasions in that last phase of play where Herrera's not moving into the space in front of him. We're Manchester United. We don't need 2 CDMs. Oh, come on, ref. Send this prick off. Again. Who is he? Lascelles again going through somebody. Get him off. He's a dirty fucker. What?
This man, what's this? Not that one. The one on Pogba in a minute.
He's done about 10 fouls in this game. Here we go. Look at it. That's not the one.
No.
They won't show it back.
But the rebound's there. Oh, here we go. Look at that.
It's the foul. I know he takes the ball, but he's off the ground. He's off the ground. Fucking disgraceful.
The ref needs to get his eyes checked,
Dirty
I think.
Twat. Used to play for Forest. Fucking scumbag.
Good result for them yesterday, wasn't it?
I'll support Forest when they beat Leeds. Anybody who beats Leeds gets my support.
You know what? All jokes aside, mate, they played some good football.
Was it on the telly?
Yeah. They got some decent youngsters in there as well.
No, nobody's been sent off yet, Rory Bacon. But that Lascelles is a dirty shit. He is. He's on a yellow card. He's just gone. He took the ball, but he's off the ground and he's gone straight through Pogba. You can't tackle like that. This ref's a dick. That is a foul. Look at it.
He gets the ball, but again, it's the follow through on the right ankle.
You can't tackle and be reckless. He looks reckless though, so hopefully he is a red card waiting to happen.
Martial's on down the left into.
Oh, what a cross! Unlucky.
Yeah.
Martial's crossing's really improved as well, hasn't it? Like, you set that goal up for Rashford in the week.
Definitely. His crossing on his left foot is actually really decent in this game.
Valencia's not been at it, has he?
No, very quiet. I mean, again, Mata's quiet as well. There's a couple of them in there. Phil Jones looks a bit like he's got a mistake in him again. But yeah, Mata, Valencia just looks short of the fitness.
Yeah, you can expect that, can't you?
But everyone's doing okay at the minute without scoring the goal. But Luke Shaw's just been caught out here.
Get up, Lindelof. Bloody hell.
I think a bit of a nudge there on Lindelof.
Well, Rondon's very good in the air. You've got to be careful of him.
Well, you think Phil Jones and Lindelof would be able to deal with Rondon, wouldn't you, really, to be honest?
I don't know. I don't think either of them are that good in the air. That is a foul.
There's a nudge on Lindelof anyway. Pushed him. Zane says he would sell Phil Jones. I think a lot of us would, mate. You're not the only one.
To be honest, I'd get Herrera off because he won't take Matic off. I think they're playing too deep, Herrera and Matic.
Yeah, I'd take Mata off.
And Mata's playing too wide. I like Lingard. He comes central. There's not on the Pogba side. You've got that link between the midfield and the attack. On the right hand side, Mata's staying way too wide, and Herrera's not pushing forward. So they're inviting us down the right, and Matic keeps getting stuck in possession as well.
Yeah. I think Mata is just not quick enough for this game down the right-hand side.
No, I think Sanchez, like a lot of people are saying.
I mean, again, like a late tackle again on Luke Shaw there, look. Bournemouth have got one back. Aki.
You subscribe in the bottom corner, John Ramos. Bottom right-hand corner, there's a little United Stand image. Click that, subscribe, get your bell on. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m, every 7 a.m. on Monday to Friday throughout the transfer window. We've got Transfer Daily. I'll be talking about Pulisic, Godin, Fellaini, and a couple of more. Pereira's not even on the bench. We can't do that.
Fantastic shot there, volley, Shat, and the odds there on the touchline.
Yeah, we're in a battle, aren't we? We need a goal. I think. I'll tell you what, if we went 1-0 down in this game, I think we'd struggle to win it because I think it's going to be a tight game.
Hopper again has got taken from behind, nothing given. Or did he slip there?
But I've got to say, I'm enjoying this game because it's a test. It's a battle. It's a test. You know, everything's not going our way, which is good.
A good block by Matic there, just stood in front of the army.
How are you watching it, says someone. Well, these are my eyes. That's the screen, and I'm watching it. It's on Sky, mate. We're allowed to. We get to watch these games.
But Newcastle not really posed any threat in the last 10 minutes. It's all been United. But yeah, like I said, Mike, I'd worry if we went 1-0 down because.
Well, the ref's not on our side for a start, which we've dealt with that for years, so I ain't fussed about that. But this is what worries me about. You talk about Fellaini and McTominay and how do they fit into this team that we're trying to play this brand of football. I mean, would you have confidence bringing Lukaku on in a game like this? Because, this is where his sort of first touch is a problem, isn't it? I like,
looking at how Rashford's been treated in the first 36 minutes, being knocked off the ball quite easily, I would probably say, I'd have a little bit more confidence because Lukaku would use his strength, you would hope. He's not going to be so easy to push off the ball. I wouldn't take Rashford off for him, though. Oh, Martial's gone down there. Ball in the face.
You can't get a foul for that, though.
Oh, right on the snoz.
Yeah, you can get a bit of pain, though. I'm looking forward to getting back playing FIFA, Forever Red Devils. But it's on Sky here. Hope Sanchez can change the game when he comes on, says Jared Pesserman. Look, Jared, I think it's just it's almost like the last year's been a waste of time for Sanchez, for United fans, everybody. This is the start of the real Sanchez, and who knows how it's going to go.
Lee McKenna's having a word with Solskjaer down there.
He looks happier, Sanchez, as well. He looks like more happy.
Yeah.
Sanchez can be absolutely fantastic if we can get the real Sanchez. But for me, Mata, Matic and Fellaini have been a little bit disappointed in this game. And also, I'm going to say Herrera. He's not moving forward.
Joe, I don't think Herrera's not really got any intentions of going that far forward, I think, like I said, he looks like the dog's body of the team. He's the one that's in there mopping up, tidying up.
You don't need two, though, do you? I mean,
no,
this
you
is
don't.
where Pogba struggles when he's the only creative influence in a midfield three. This is what the Herrera position is meant to be Fred, because he can do both. I think we're missing that. I just want to say to everybody as well, I haven't said this, I play FIFA on That's Football, which is, I think it's called Mark Goldbridge That's Football. That's my YouTube channel. Also, I will be watching it tomorrow, so I am doing a watch along on That's Football. Man City Liverpool tomorrow. That's Football. I'm doing a watch along. You're welcome to join me, Marcus, if you want to. If not, I'll just do it on my own. But I will be watching it, so I thought I'll do a watch along for that. I'm sure a lot of people will be watching it as well. Even though as United fans, it's a bit like a choice between a glass sandwich and a shit sandwich. But, you know, I think if you don't want Liverpool to win the league, you've got to be wanting Man City to win. I think it'll be a draw. But I think if City don't win that, I think Liverpool have got a hand on the trophy, to be honest.
Yeah. You really can't. City really can't afford to lose that.
That game, Bournemouth and Watford, bloody hell! It's got 2-2, now it's 2-3. Yeah. Bournemouth have conceded something like they conceded 5 against Spurs.
Yeah.
Then they played us, so they're up to like 12, 13 goals, aren't they?
Yeah, double figures, isn't it? Yeah, in the last
3
few
games.
But it just dropped off a bit here. Newcastle slowing the game down.
People are saying Valencia off. Well, what's he done? I didn't see it. Oh, no, maybe take him off, yeah.
Oh, 3-3 Bournemouth.
3-3 now, Bournemouth. And tell you what, that's match of the day sorted tonight, as long as we can win. That's only the first half. With
Pogba's took late again.
Oh, refs, absolutely.
What is he doing?
Terrible. He's got to get some cards out because Newcastle are just taking the piss. We have no width on the right side of the pitch, says Miguel Garcia.
Yeah, totally agree with that. I don't think Mata's not been very good this first half so far, but I think his deliveries and set pieces, his free kicks, I think maybe warrants him starting.
Yeah, well, hopefully from this one.
Free kick to United, right hand side. In it comes. Decent delivery. Oh, corner. That's a corner, surely. Oh, Phil Jones. Phil Jones puts it over the bar. Yep. Yeah, he did get his head on. Noah says the ref is rigged. Nick Mail says get Mata off of Sanchez. Yep.
The right hand side, I've just put a tweet out there actually while Marcus was talking. Valencia doesn't look fit. Mata's staying too wide, which is weird because he's, I would have thought he'd want to come inside more. And Herrera's sitting. So the right-hand side is United's problem at the moment. I think down the left-hand side, we've looked exciting. Pogba, Shaw, Martial, Rashford's trying his bits, but we're so predictable. Everything we're doing is coming down the left, and the right-hand side's a problem. There's a Newcastle player down here. Get up.
Yeah, I think it's that Atsu.
Yeah.
Holding the back of his ankle.
Get
ball goes out, yeah. Oh, dear. It wouldn't surprise me, though, if he takes off Mata and chucks on Lukaku and then Rashford pulls out to the right.
While he's doing this, I'm just going to have a quick toilet break, Marcus.
Oh, yeah, mate, yeah, go on. Sean Edwards says, stop with the fake. So I take it people are fake scoring, so mods, you know what to do. That's it, Slaps, my man. Get rid of them. Rashford seemed tired. Didn't he come off in the last game, did he, with a slight groin strain, was it, or something? He felt a little twinge, something like that. So he was brought off early. Mata as a cam, yeah, he's definitely not suited to the right-hand side, is he? Definitely not suited to the right. Won't be any changes at half-time, says Neil Davis. MJ says we can get away with not having a right side at home but not away. Yep. Stop the fake scores. Shout out from the Faroe Islands, says Red Devil. Marcus wears Smalling and Pereira, says Spartan. I think Smalling is injured. He's not due back until Spurs. I think Pereira's just not included in the squad. Cheers, Viking. Liam says Marcus, stop trying to be Mark. I don't, to be honest, mate, I wouldn't want to be. This is so boring, says Andrew Tidd. The game's all right. Who's that? Fortune Wankers, 10 quid says Lukaku scores the winner. Fortune, no chance, mate. No chance. He won't score the winner. Hiya, Benjamin. You're right. No, there's no goal yet. Gareth,
Now.
all right, mate. Keyed up. Happy New Year to you as well, mate. Nothing exciting happened, mate, in that 1 minute you were missing.
I meant to say as well, I said just before half time, it's funny because I was at, let's see how long he adds on, because United are just passing it around the back at the moment. I'm hoping that we can get an attack going.
We've got another Newcastle player down here.
Yeah, they're playing for time a bit, aren't they, Newcastle? I mean, they'd love a point. And, you can play, again, another one down.
Oh, Mata, yeah.
Don't put it out.
Matic.
Don't put it out.
It's not a head injury. Carry on.
I'm fed up of Newcastle playing for bloody injuries here. Nothing wrong with him. He's going to get up in a minute.
Yeah. Get a bit of water on your crutch and a magic sponge and get up.
Anyone realised Ollie has no centre-backs as subs, says Danny G? Yeah, he said it in the press conference. So Darmian would probably play that. So he's only going to add up a couple of minutes on here, so this should be over pretty quick. I'll tell you my funny story in a bit.
It better be a good one. I'm looking forward to it.
It's not that. It isn't that funny, really.
I got 2 minutes added on.
Basically, I've just been at Centre Parks for the last 3 days, which is why I didn't do the last watch along. And I did a video yesterday lunchtime, which was the preview from the place we were staying in. And I went to stand on the balcony because obviously all the family were in the house. And like within 30 seconds of going live, it's not a particularly busy road that our place was on. Somebody walks past and goes, United! And I'd not even started, so how would they know I was doing a United stream? And then about a minute after that, these group of lads go past going, Goldbridge. But then, like the whole time I was there for 3 days, like going in the pool, going down the bar, which is rammed, nobody said anything. But you go out on your balcony to do a live stream, and within the first 2 minutes of it, you got people shouting you. It was really, really, really quite surreal. Probably not very funny, but a story all the same. Anyway, I think this is going to be 0-0 at half time, moving on swiftly. And I don't think Theo Athel is ever going to have a comment on this. I'm not shouting these people out. All I'm saying to the moderators is do what I do.
Yeah, come on, guys. You know what to do. Goal kick to Newcastle, and I think as soon as this goal kick is taken, it'll be half time.
Yeah, it's an intriguing game. I think we're going to get nervous in the second half if it stays like this because we got to win.
I do fancy
5 points behind Arsenal.
No, we'll probably. It's looking like a game that's a 1 or a 2-1 sort of thing.
I think the right hand side's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Mata is just... He's not suited to that right-hand side for this sort of game. Well, surely the rest should have been blown up for half-time now.
I tell you what, I think if we want to win it, it might just be 1 or 2 goals. So a clean sheet, I know we've not managed that for a long time, but could be absolutely essential.
Well, the danger man for Newcastle has definitely been that Atsu. Rondon's had a half chance with the header, but it got blown up for a push on Lindelof. So I think as long as they keep that Atsu quiet, there we go, half time. Played a minute extra than what he should have done. But I think that was a bit of a... it's not a great first half. It wasn't really an exciting first half either.
Well, it's definitely the worst half we've had under Ollie. But as I say, I would put that into context and say there's been some bad performances from United, certainly, but all of them for me are coming down the right-hand side. Lindelof apart, I think Herrera should have been pushing forward more. Thanks for the contribution, Darren. I think Valencia doesn't look right. Mata's staying too wide. And Herrera's just not pushing forward, like I say. Down the left-hand side, I think Luke Shaw, Martial, Pogba, Rashford have done okay. I think Matic has been pretty poor as well. But it's a 50-50 performance, really, Marcus. I think some United players look good and some of them just look off. And I think Newcastle, that's what's given Newcastle a bit of a chance in the game so far. I think some good bits and some bad bits from United.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Atsu's obviously a left-sided player. So, I mean, Mata, he's going past Mata with ease, really. So, That is definitely the problem in the first half. I don't know whether he changed it at half time or give it 10-15 minutes to the second half and then chuck Sanchez on. Yeah. Or we've seen how Lingard performs out there in the last couple of games under Ollie, so that could probably be an option as well. He's got the option of Lukaku going straight through the middle and Rashford pulling out to the right hand side. I mean, he's got 3 decent options there for half time that would pretty much solve it. But I mean, Mata, there's something that's got to be done about Mata on there. But I think Herrera's been okay actually.
No, he's had a good game. He's just not pushing forward. There's a gap in front of him that if he pushes forward into it, then we'll get closer to the goal. He's playing too deep for me, and that may be coming from the manager, but I don't think he needs to play as deep as he is. There's space in front of him, and if he occupies that space, then we'll have more opportunities in that final third. He's staying too deep, and I think that's my issue with him. Yes, Mazunga says he's watching on a cruise to Cuba. We're on a cruise to Cuba then, Marcus. I wish we physically were. That'd be quite nice. Yeah. I do just want to say this for probably the first time in a long, long time. We've not been good enough to even be able to say this, but that referee's a wanker. He really is. Absolute disgraceful from the referee. And I say it with great relish and enjoyment because we've been so bad for so long under Mourinho that we don't even have chance to moan about referees because we're so bad ourselves. I don't think 0-0 is probably about right, but that referee, how that Lascelles, James, is on the pitch, I've got no idea. The tackle on Herrera was a red card. If Eric Bays is a red card, that's a red card. He's late, he doesn't get the ball, he stood to showing, and he catches Herrera's back leg. And it's vicious. And then a couple of minutes later, he does get the ball on Pogba on a yellow card, and he's off the ground again. I mean, Mariner, I don't know whether he's a closet Newcastle fan. He's got Alan Shearer posters on his wall that he whacks them out to. I don't know, but he's certainly got something going on because he has totally been a home banker with a W, as I said. He has been poor, Marcus. He ain't been good.
Definitely. I think the Lascelles one, it could have gone either way, but I mean, ultimately he's got a yellow, but he should have definitely picked up a second yellow for the one on Pogba in the penalty area. Okay, you got the ball, but it's the follow through with the intent afterwards. He blatantly takes out Pogba's right ankle, and that should have been the second yellow for me. Newcastle should really be down to 10 men, but they're not. So we can't really focus on the referee too much. No. United's just got to concentrate on their game and hopefully get the goal in the second half to give us the 3 points.
Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we're trying to get up to 339,000 subscribers tonight. So subscribe, bottom right hand corner, get involved with the channel. Just to give you a little bit of insight, we're live every night at 8 o'clock. We're live for every match. We've got fan cams to come. We've got a match reaction straight after. And throughout the transfer window, we've got a show going up at 7 a.m. every morning. You can see my reaction to Pulisic going to Chelsea. Not very happy about it, to be honest. I'll be discussing that at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So if you're getting up for work or anything like that, start it with a bit of positivity. With the Transfer Daily. We've got a couple of super chats here. Super Scotty Boy 88 says, sure has beaten many men in that half, has Valencia. Don't care if it's his first game back, there's no excuses. Well, I think that's a great point. That's a great point. You've got people like Ashley Young on the bench, Delo, who's not even on the bench, and we're carrying Valencia to give him game time. He's offered nothing. We're not 10 points clear at the top. We're 10 points off top 4. We can't afford to be carrying people. And I think there's something in that. And Chris Smith says, where's the speed, Mark? We need Sanchez. Again, I think he's talking about the right-hand side. And Owijubu has made a contribution. But, what a thank you, Owijubu. But that is good from Scott, isn't it, Marcus? That, Valencia, we're basically just giving him a run out. He could do that in the reserves. Go and get your fitness levels up in the reserves or go and run around the fucking park. Don't be doing it in a Manchester United game. Even Ashley Young would be getting forward. There's nothing coming down the right-hand side. And that is making us really imbalanced.
Definitely. It's making us very one-dimensional as well. I mean, it's pretty obvious where we're going to go, which side we're going to use. And the stats showed in the first half, it was 64%, I think it was, down the left-hand side. And Martial and Luke Shaw have really got a good balance down there. The right hand side, Mata is he's too slow for a right. He's a number 10, without doubt. He's a number 10. That's where he got his player of the season, for Chelsea and that for a couple of seasons. We need something on that right hand side. And Do you know, I mean, as much as Sanchez could solve that, I got a horrible feeling that Solskjaer will probably put Sanchez on the left-hand side and he'll pull Rashford out to the right. I don't know why, but I don't see... It would be a good change to make, but I just don't think he's going to put Sanchez on the right because he knows what Sanchez can give him on the left-hand side.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be quite. I just think Mata needs to come off, and even if he didn't bring Sanchez on and brought Lingard on, at least you get us some energy and speed. We're just not the right hand side.
It's that
just
directness,
dead.
Isn't it?
It's so slow. It really is. It's we need to get some impetus and speed down that right hand side, and Herrera isn't doing it, and Mata and Valencia are just having particularly poor games. On a positive, I think down the left hand side, we've said it. I think Rashford's working hard. I think Martial and Pogba look a threat, but for Newcastle, they know that that's our threat. And that if you look at every time Pogba and Martial and Rashford get the ball, they've got 3 or 4 players around them. And that's it. We need a threat off the other side.
Yeah, I mean, Newcastle's left-back has had literally nothing to do all game. He's got forward a couple of times, but Newcastle haven't really used him. But, I mean, in terms of defending, he's really had nothing to do down there. Really nothing. The only time I actually saw him come out into action was when Pogba came out to the right-hand side and drew the free kick about 10 minutes ago. So he's having a really easy game, whoever's down there for them.
Do you think he'll make any changes at half-time? Would you make changes at half-time?
No, do you know what? I probably wouldn't. Not at half-time. I'll probably give it 10, 15 minutes. And then, I mean, I would put Sanchez on the right, but I don't think Ollie will do that. I think he'll put him on the left because he knows what he's going to get with him. And again, you could make a case for putting Lukaku through the middle and Rashford out to the right. If he wants that directness on the right-hand side and the pace, then I think you go with Rashford.
Vishnu says, pass the ball to Valencia. Valencia says, wait, I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I fully expected to see a better Valencia in this game because we saw a better Matic, and Matic was obviously very poor under Mourinho and got stick quite rightly. We've even seen a better Phil Jones, who quite rightly gets a lot of stick. But Valencia just seems to be stuck in this rut, and hopefully in the second half he can improve. I'll sort the timer in a minute. Josh Williams says, mark timer. Thanks, Josh. You didn't need to do a contribution for it. It will get sorted. I believe Chelsea are drawing still 0-0 at half time. So that, but what Chelsea. I expect Chelsea to win. We got to win. That's basically where I'm at with this. We've got to win this. But
yeah,
I mean, Lukaku. Somebody said, would you bring Lukaku on? You made a valid point that maybe for a bit of physicality. Yeah.
Do you know? I mean, it's really hard. It's a good thing to have. I mean, Solskjaer must be loving it. He's got 3 options on there, 3 attacking options that can really give him a bit of a headache. You got Lingard, you got Sanchez, you got Lukaku. You need a bit of physicality. You go with Lukaku. If you want a bit of pace and a bit of directness, you go with Lingard. And if you want some technical ability with a good passer and a semi-decent crosser of the ball, you go with Sanchez. So it all depends on which way he wants to approach the second half. But the be-all and end-all is that we have to score. We've got to match the result of Arsenal yesterday and what Chelsea are doing tonight.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're right. Manchester United, we cannot be dropping points on Arsenal and Chelsea. We've got to be, they're waiting for them to slip up and winning. But when they win, we've got to win. So massively important that we get a result today. And I still think we can. I think the bench is strong with Lingard and Sanchez, Lukaku. Even in the midfield, you could bring Fred on. So there are options for us there. And Ollie knows that a draw is not good enough. The great thing with Ollie is he knows what United's all about, but he also knows his chances of getting the Manchester United job are slim. To get it, he's got to exceed expectations, and that means you've got to win this game. He's got to win games like Liverpool at home Arsenal away, and so Newcastle away, he's 100% got to win it, and he'll be doing everything he can within his power to do it. Vivian Gomez has made a contribution. Thank you, Vivian. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we're getting closer to 339,000 subscribers, and make sure you get involved with the United Stand. Fantastic community, lots to come in the new year, and we're in the new year, so happy new year to you all as well, and hopefully United can start it as they ended it with a win. But I think it's going to be a very, very interesting second half for United, the way this is panning out at the moment.
Well, I mean, Newcastle, they're doing their absolute best. They're playing to the best of their ability. They're just shutting up shop. They're getting 11 players behind the ball, and they're blocking the midfield. They're trying to just make an absolute bomb, or a whole defensive line across the front of their box. So United are having to go wide, and the problem is they're always going to that left-hand side. They're not coming down that right. So in order to cause a bit of a problem and make Newcastle think, which way is it going to come, they've got to make the change. I think United have definitely got to make the change. They can't really leave it any longer than 10, 15 minutes in the second half.
It'll be interesting to see how Newcastle approaches as well, because they did win it last year, and people say, we lost to Newcastle, but I remember that game quite vividly. Yeah. Martial missed a one-on-one. Sanchez rounded the keeper and for some reason took a touch when he could have just passed it in. We had the two biggest chances, and then we lost the game. It's the sort of, the way it was under Mourinho. But Newcastle haven't really had a set piece, and with Rondon, that's Zed Jamie messaged me about that's their big threat area. So, I mean, Hibro says we miss Ashley Young. You know what? I don't think there's any future in Ashley Young, but we do miss him because Valencia's been so poor. Ashur or Meso says, think Ollie given players the hairdryer from Canada. I hope so. I mean, let's not forget, we're all having a go at Valencia for playing badly. That's our bloody captain as well. I don't know why he gets the captain's armband. Your captain should be somebody who plays well every game. De Gea had it last game. Let him keep it. Or give it to Pogba. But why give it to Valencia? He's absolutely atrocious. Chelsea 0-0. Watford, Bournemouth is a cracker 3-3. Brighton winning 1-0. I want to watch Match of the Day later, so United better bloody win. Especially if Chelsea didn't win as well. But it could go either way, this. It could go either way. And, in many ways, I'm happy, Marcus, because we are getting a challenge. And, people keep saying it's only Cardiff, it's only Huddersfield, it's only Bournemouth. We do need a challenge, and we're getting it. And
definitely.
We can get it won.
Yeah, I mean, United. It's up to United, to unlock the door here. So patience is going to be the key. But I think they've just got to be a bit more attacking down the flanks. They really have. Martial and Luke Shaw have done really well on that left-hand side. But it's, like I say again, it's the right-hand side. It's too slow. You've not got Valencia going forward. The couple of times that he has done, the pass has always gone back. Mata is not quick enough for that right-hand side for this sort of game. He needs to be played in that number 10 position to pick the ball up, to make that threaded pass for Rashford to utilise his pace to get in behind. So we need... I've not really seen... I've not seen any crosses in open play hit the target, hit the centre forward. So, I mean, that's a problem as well. So, mate, I mean, there's a lot of things that point towards Lukaku coming on, but... like I say, Ollie, he's got plenty of options on the bench. All depends on how he wants to approach the game. So, kick-off is nearly underway.
Shane Core has made a contribution. He says, Fellaini being swapped for hand jobs. I'll tell you what, though. I mean, no Fellaini on the bench. If this was 10 minutes to go, 0-0, I'm sure somebody in the live comments will say, we could have done Fellaini to hit the long ball. And I know it is a way of winning a game, but actually I'm very, very happy that we have removed that option. Even though it might be successful in some games, I think long term we don't want to do that. Ujabi says 0-0, but I'm still excited to watch the second half. Bring on Dirty Sanchez for Mota. Thanks, Ollie. Yeah, it's exciting to see. Greenwood debut says, Mazingu. He'd have to be on the bench for him to do that, mate. He's not on the bench, but maybe Derby at the weekend. Hopefully that we'll at least see him on the bench, I think.
Ready.
Anyway, we're up. Sorry, Reading. I keep saying it's Derby. I don't want bloody Derby again. Not them pink boots. Anyway, I think we'll see a different United. We've not seen any change in the team, so He's obviously said go out and do it.
Yeah, I mean, Valencia's a bit further forward here now. So, hopefully that may work.
I hope he's just said to Herrera, step forward 10 yards.
Lindelof's got a yellow card here.
What's Lindelof for?
Yeah, what for? Handball.
How can Lindelof come out with a yellow card for knocking the ball with his hand and let's have the same punishment as that dickhead at the back who nearly took Herrera's foot off? Guy Griffith says, hi Mark and Marcus, love the channel here from 75,000 subscribers. Have a good 2019. Come on, United.
Hi, Guy.
Thanks for that, Guy. I can't believe you gave a yellow for that. And then you've got Lascelles who's still on the pitch. That's all right.
Yeah,
Phil Jones, stop throwing your bloody hands around and take some bloody ownership. I hate that in any footballer when they start going like that.
Yeah. Someone
scored
again.
Deal with it. Brighton 2-0 up against West Ham. It's a funny league. Like Leicester winning at Everton and then losing at home as well. What are you doing there, Luke Shaw? That's terrible.
Yeah, I was just like, terrible pass that was. Rashford nowhere near that. I mean, look how far Pogba's pushing up as well. I mean, Martial's pushing up, trying to get Newcastle to make a mistake.
There's not a lot of difference between how we've been playing the last few games. We're definitely pressing it. Now the pass was there.
Yeah.
See, Herrera was moving into the gap there, but Matic just didn't see it.
At least Herrera's over the halfway line this time.
Yeah, he's got to push on forward.
I'll say that. He's going back now.
Here's Valencia. Look. Do your
Come
little
on,
dance.
Valencia. Yeah. Right. Not really seeing the centre-backs pushing too far. Here we go. Phil Jones moving up now into the opposition half. Oh, right. And then just whiffs it out for a throw.
It was his crap pass to Phil Jones in the first place that gets Phil Jones in trouble. Luke Davis says the refs are ruining the game.
That was a bit of a soft yellow for Lindelof. He did get a nudge as well in the ribs. Don't think he could have really done much about it, to be honest. But Matters, look, where's the right-hand side? Where's the width there?
It's a crap
Absolutely
ball by
nowhere. Yeah, but there's no one on.
For Newcastle there, 10 yards on Martial.
The ref's having a shocking game. I thought that was a Newcastle throw, but he's give it to United. But Matters come so central that the right-hand side is just open, and you're not even seeing Valencia get out into the space over there.
Passes are starting to go backwards already from Herrera, from Matic. You've got to go forward. I know we might lose the ball, but you've got to go forward.
It matters. Oh, look. Poor ball again. Martial.
It's going back to what somebody said in the first half about too much time to think. We've got too much time to think. Just get into your rhythm of the quick pass. CJ says reason Herrera is so deep is because Valencia won't go past the halfway line, meaning Herrera has to babysit him because he can only pass sideways. Good point. Good tactical analysis. The standard of referee in the Premier League is a disgrace, says Zed Jamie. Solskjaer needs to get a handle on this ASAP, says Manny. It's a big test for him, you know.
It matters out on the left-hand side.
Too many passes going backwards in this first half. I think he's going to ride the test, but I think it's a good test. I think we'll come through this, but it's a good test for him at the moment.
Definitely. United.
Too many passes going backwards.
Yeah. They're trying to work the space, but the problem is they're trying to work it too slowly.
I mean, this last 5 minutes...
And here we go, Valencia finally getting forward. You got to stick a ball in the box. No. Goes backwards.
Touch, pass. Go forwards. Good ball that by Matic. Now we've got a bit of space.
Look sure. Look.
What a ball by Pogba. Put it in.
Fire it
in the box.
Stop pissing about with it.
Oh, it's too intricate.
Oh.
Should have blasted that in, Luke Shaw. Lovely ball by Pogba. Oh, Herrera bottled that with Rondon. Don't let him bottle it with you. Well done, Lindelof. That's what you do.
Flags down.
He's on. Rashford's on.
Fire it across.
Greedy Marcus. Final ball again. Does brilliant with a bit of skill. What's he doing with his left foot? Good play by Lindelof, though. He didn't get bullied like Herrera did by Rondon. Did very well. Rashford's definitely on. Good play by the linesman. And Rashford, again, does brilliant skill here, but it's just that ball there. What's he doing? He's going for the shot. The cutback was on. L on the final touch, I'm afraid, Marcus.
Yeah, definitely.
Get your head up. There, get your head up.
Oh,
He's only going to shoot. All he's going to do is
It's-
shoot, isn't it? Off his weak foot. Put the cross in.
I mean, that's gone right across the face. Out for a throw-in, I think that went, wasn't it, Mark? Or was it a goal kick? Newcastle player down again.
The bloody Newcastle. Oh, I tell you what, Newcastle are getting on my tits. They really are. They're playing for time. They're doing every bloody thing they can. Look at Mariner there, stood there with his autograph book because he's a Newcastle fan.
Yeah. Shelby's coming on for him.
Oh God, not Uncle Fester. Voldemort's coming on.
Voldemort.
Bloody hell.
It looks like the army's coming off for him. So, you know, Shelby could cause a bit of trouble.
Yeah,
Got a good range of passing.
I'm surprised he doesn't start for them actually because he's
Got a decent shot on him as well from distance. On he comes, yeah. The army's gone off. Shelby's on. But, you know, I definitely got to up the tempo here in the second half. Very pedestrian-like at the minute, the way they're playing. I think it's only a matter of time now as well before Sanchez or Lukaku comes on.
So, Voldemort is come on for Newcastle. Stick a pair of glasses on Alexis Sanchez and let Harry Potter fuck him up. That's what I say. And Artovich for West Ham, 2-1. Come on, United.
So you look at Mata picking the ball up there, Mark. So central. Look, and look how far he is on the left-hand side. And look, the space that's out on the right, look.
Well, Hash just says we haven't got a right-hand side, and this has been the whole game. But this is going to happen with Solskjaer. The honeymoon period will end, and it's about what he does when there's a challenge, because he's managing Mould for a reason. He's not been managing Juventus. He's managing Mould for a reason. This is a massive step up for him, and he will make mistakes. And if you want Solskjaer as your manager, like I do, he's got to learn from those mistakes. He's got to prove he can manage a big club. And we all know, even though none of us probably manage or have ever managed, we all know and have been talking a lot about for the last 40 minutes that our right-hand side is abysmal. He's got to change it.
Yeah. Good head there by Luke Shaw for a throw.
Pogba's doing okay, Ricardo. He's doing okay. There's no standout United performance, to be honest. I think Lindelof's done well again. This is worrying. What's Valencia doing? Get after the ball. It's not going out, you lazy blood. You're meant to be the captain.
Oh, Arnautovic again for West Ham.
Yeah, 2-2 now, West Ham.
Yeah.
See, Pogba's got to get rid of this quicker here. Oh,
come on, Pogba.
But don't have one of those days. That's it. Give it and go.
Martial, poor ball.
See, so everything's having to come down the left-hand side for United because the right-hand side's dead. And then Pogba and Martial have got so many players around them, Newcastle players. It's like they're being attacked by zebras.
Oh, there is no one. I mean, that comment just now about the right-hand side, all I can see over there is Valencia. Mata needs to get out there.
Backwards again. Go forwards, for God. He's got to make a change.
Mata's just coming in. I mean,
there's no point giving Valencia the ball. In an attacking position, all he's going to do is pass it backwards. Here we are. The sleeping amigos. Herrera, Mata and Valencia. It does hurt your eyes. They've been so poor. I just worry if Newcastle nick a goal because I can't see us scoring two. We need to get out of tune with a point, with a win, with a goal. Oh, what you doing?
Oh,
Good tackle.
Yeah, Matic covering.
Well done, Rashford. Keep going. Wow,
Right, the poor lad's trying his hardest. He's just getting out muscled.
I think you might be right about Lukaku. Just put a bit of muscle up front.
Yeah.
Lingard could change the game, says Luke. Yeah, well, it's whether you risk Sanchez or you go with Lingard, who's been very consistent. You know what he might do? He might take Martial off and get Sanchez on. And then bring Lingard on as well, for Mata.
Yeah, I think the way the second half has started, I would go Rashford right, Lukaku through the middle, Sanchez for Herrera, and play Sanchez as the 10 behind them.
Yeah. Go on, Pogba.
Oh.
See, Pogba's game's starting to disappear a bit now as well. Pogba's had a bad 10 minutes. Call it as it is. Really yet. He has.
Call. High foot. Perez. Free kick. Yeah. Could have been a dangerous one.
Lukaku's warming
up. I still have faith.
Yeah,
Sanchez is warming up. Well, I think the most attacking option would be Lukaku through the middle with Rashford on the right, and then
I think Rashford's looking a bit lost, to be honest, isn't he? See, they're running at him now. Come on.
He's not getting as much as what he did in the first half.
You see, today we look like a team that's battling for fifth, you know. Valencia's playing for Jose. That's from Keep Me Metal Ive E100. He does.
United 9 attempts to Newcastle 6. 3 on target for
we
United.
We haven't really had that clean cut chance, have we? I mean, Martial's is probably the best chance of the game, but
it's like, they're very, very slow in the passing. I mean, they're keeping the ball, United, but it's not going forward an awful lot. And Matic skipped past one. There's no one making that run in behind. Saying that, Martial's through here. Rashford, he's pushed off it again.
No, he's too weak there for me. He's got to go down with that push.
Right idea from Martial, but again, it's the body strength. I think it was the Leicester game, Mark, when he was up against Morgan and Maguire.
See, that for me, that should be the end of Rashford. He should get taken off, and then Ollie can have a word with him tomorrow and say you need to learn a bit. Fuzzy Pickle says, as much as I hate to say it, we're going to need Lukaku here to save us. Rashford isn't physical enough to battle with these players. I agree. Marcus said it in the first half. I think, Lukaku does have a place in this squad. And in a game like this, how's that not
How's
foul?
He not blowing up for that?
Ref's shit. That's a definite foul on Martial. And they're in.
Perez, great tackle, Shaw.
Good tackle, Luke Shaw. That's a foul on Martial. That's bloody disgraceful, ref. Well, this is the moment now. Half an hour in.
But that's Shelvey. Oh, but again,
Newcastle's starting to grow into it a bit now.
Yeah, since Shelvey's come on, mate, a great pass from him. I think it was to get Perez in there.
How's that not a foul on Martial?
Look at the space and time Shelvey's got.
Matic is a plodder, isn't he?
Oh, come on, boys. I think Ollie's got to make the change now.
Dees TV says United the only team to make Newcastle look like Barcelona. Oh, no, we haven't made them look like Barcelona, to be fair. Burnley beating Huddersfield. Chelsea haven't scored yet. I mean, there's a massive opportunity if we can get a win. Or more importantly, if bloody Chelsea get the late goal, we've got to fucking win. Pardon my French, but we've got to win this game. Newcastle are the better team at the moment, by the way.
Definitely. They're in again. Atsu, Lindelof, get across.
Bloody hell, well done. That's the top.
I thought you was going to let that go then.
I know, yeah. Just sort of clicked it at the last minute, didn't he?
United got to up the gears.
The midfield. To be honest, we're worse in the second half than we were in the first. The midfield is not coherent. We're not getting it going with the attack. The same problems of the first half are still there as well. I think we've been worse second half. I mean, people like Pogba have started to have a bad game as well.
Yeah. Pogba, Herrera, and Matic, all three in a line behind the halfway line.
Red Jedi says, where the hell is a captain when you need it? Unfortunately, it's Antonio Valencia who seems to be doing his one-man Mourinho sacking protest. I mean, this is a bit like a Mourinho United performance. It's like they've slipped back into a trance. It's all slow side-to-side passing at the moment. Matic, what are you doing? Come on. Speed it up a bit.
Oh, look at that. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 men. 10 men behind the ball. United are finding it very hard to break them down.
It's all right. That's all right.
Yeah. Luke Shaw's got that.
It's getting a bit tense. This half an hour to go. This is not good enough. Changes, please, says Luke Skywalker. He's got to make changes. Don't know why he's not made them yet. I
mean, United are pushing them back, but as soon as they're in the half, Newcastle absolutely 2 banks. You've got a bank of 4 there and a bank of 5 in front of them. They just cannot unlock it at the minute. Hey, where's the pass for Pogba? There we go. Mata's playing, comes central again, free kick.
So Rashford,
Sanchez and Lukaku coming on.
It's got to be for Mata. It's Martial.
Martial's off.
If he keeps Mata on, see, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with Martial coming off. I think he was one of our better players.
Mata's coming off as well. So yeah, Rashford will go right. Sanchez will go left, and Lukaku will go through the middle.
At least Mata's coming off.
I think tough game for the wingers tonight. I mean, first half they did okay apart from the right hand side, but the second half it's just not been effective at all.
But I don't like this again. You predicted this. Sanchez coming in on the left. I don't want to see Sanchez and Martial fighting for the left position. This is the same fucking issue we had last season, and it really pisses me off. We haven't got a right-sided player. Play one of them on the right-hand side.
Rebound, Lukaku.
Yes! Get in! Get in! Lukaku scores. Rashford, free kick not held. And Lukaku's there, quick to react. Get in there. What an inspired substitution. Super sub from Solskjaer. Super goal from Lukaku. And it's 1-0 and the referee is surely not going to call that back. No, he's not. The goal's been given. United 1-0. And it's that Rashford free kick again. It looks a bit... This keeper just can't hold it. He spilt it and Lukaku, fair play. Get in there. The changes work. We're 1-0 up.
So I'm gonna need to apologise to someone in the comments if it stays like this. So remind me when the game finishes if it stays 1-0, please.
To be honest, I mean that one goal.
The goal didn't even have 2 hands on it.
I think we can go and get 2 or 3 now.
The goalie didn't even have 2 hands on it, so perfectly legit goal. But again, I mean, didn't he score with his first touch on Saturday? I think it was.
He can have a part to play. I mean, look, the United stand community is not stupid. There will be idiots on Twitter going, "Oh, Lukaku, how to sit down." You know, he hasn't got a first touch, and his build-up play is shit. But what he can do is score goals if you give him a chance. And he, you know, Lukaku scored 30 goals for United last season in a Mourinho team. He can score goals. But what he can't do is hold the ball up and do intricate passing. But what he can do is come off the bench and get you goals. Is he going to be happy to do that? Or are we going to have to force him into the starting lineup? Because if we're going to force him into the starting lineup, we'll see a different United team. But if he's happy to come off the bench for the last 20 minutes, then happy days.
Yeah, definitely. But
to be honest with you, I don't really give a shit at the moment because it's just all about winning this game of football.
I think yes. Is it still 0-0 with Chelsea and Southampton?
Well, let's leave that one for a few minutes' time because I think it's as long as we win, that's all that matters. But 2-2 for Lukaku off the bench.
It is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, what a first touch. Who would have thought that for a first touch from Big Rom? Oh, get up, man. Look, Valencia didn't even do nothing.
The subs, well, to be fair, everyone was on about the changes, and they needed to be made, and you can sort of see why he kept Rashford on, because Rashford gives you that free kick option.
Yeah, but see, you can make that sort of case with Mata as well, but Mata has been poor. He has been poor. Oh, that's a foul on Sanchez. Come on, yeah. Go on, Sanchez. Don't fucking take that. Oh, but so far so good. 84 minutes played, says John Miller.
In Chelsea
0-0.
I tell you what, I expect Chelsea to win. So if Chelsea don't win and we can close some points on them today, that to me would be a huge bonus. But there's still time left in that game, obviously, for Chelsea. They've got a tendency of getting goals late on.
The gap would be down to 6 then, wouldn't it, with Chelsea?
Yeah. 6 to Chelsea, 3 to Arsenal.
Arsenal, yeah.
But forget Arsenal. We'll beat them. But 15 shots Chelsea have had to their 6, and they've had 72 possessions. So don't be surprised if there's a late Chelsea goal. I expect you expect Chelsea to beat Southampton at home.
Good ball over the top there. Go on, Sanchez.
I tell you what, though, Lukaku still does look massive, doesn't he? I don't know whether it's
does
the
look
kit.
big, yeah.
I don't know whether it's the kit.
It could be the lines, mate, at the bottom of the shirt. Don't do him justice.
I don't know what it is. He just still does look absolutely huge. And it was a month ago he said, I need to lose weight. He's obviously been on the turkey sandwiches, hasn't he? We all have.
Palace has just scored against Wolves. Oh, Rashford nearly forced the keeper into mistake left.
Second goal, kill it.
Yeah. All Lindelof.
I tell you what, Lindelof's been fantastic. I'm going to mention him in my...
yeah, he's had a really good game.
Because Rondon's a different type of player for him to deal with. I think Phil Jones has almost been the spare man. You know, Rondon's attached himself to Lindelof, obviously thinking that physically he can deal with him. And he hasn't.
7 minutes left, says Anthony, in the Chelsea game.
I think, you know, it's very unusual that one centre-back has a brilliant game and the other one is very quiet. And I think Phil Jones has been very quiet in this game, but Lindelof's been absolutely fantastic. Here's Voldemort. Oh, he's got space.
United a bit slow to closing down there on the edge of the box.
Yeah. I think it was Herrera.
Yeah, I mean, is that Kennedy now coming on?
Yeah, Dr. Kennedy from Neighbours.
Rez. That's going back some years, mate. Is he still in it?
I don't know. I haven't watched Neighbours for years. Is Dr. Kennedy still in Neighbours? And his wife Sue?
Sue, yeah. Susan, wasn't it?
I used to quite fancy her.
Oh, my God.
There's a bit of MILF.
You like the older woman, do you?
I was young then.
I thought you had a bit of class about you, mate. That's just...
She was all right in her day,
that's just
Kennedy.
wrong. That is just wrong.
Chelsea scored. Chelsea scored.
You might as well have just said that you got a thing for Deirdre Barlow as well.
No. She's dead. Rest in peace.
Who scored for Chelsea then?
I don't think they actually have, actually.
Oh, no, I don't think they have. No one's saying it. A couple of people are asking who scored. So Lukaku with his first touch after coming on as a sub. Have we got, 20 minutes to go? I haven't really done anything since scoring, which is a bit of a worry.
Susan was a MILF, says Lee Ballington. Yeah, I see, he knows.
Shelby, I'll tell you what, Shelby's getting way too... Oh, go on, Dave.
He's on it.
Well done. Well done. A lot of people saying it's 0-0. Yeah, Chelsea still 0-0. That's all right. Surely if they scored, it will flash up on the score update, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be a big point. But well, we've still got 20 minutes to go, and this will be a big 3 points for United if we can get it anyway. Whatever. If Chelsea drop points, great. If they don't, I expected them to lose anyway. So I expected them to beat Southampton at home. So I'm not bothered. This was the test for United tonight, and it still is a test. I mean, Sanchez and Lukaku's done his bit, but has the game changed much since they've come on? Well, we've got a goal, but I haven't really.
I think we've surrendered possession since they've come on.
Yeah, we've not got hold of the ball this second half.
No,
have we? That's the problem. But sometimes you've got to win badly, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, you got to take risks. I mean, I always felt that out of the 4 games we had, this was going to be the toughest one. Bournemouth, I thought, played the better football, I think. But look at Rashford.
Look to your right. Look to your right. Oh, that's a foul. Voldemort on Pogba. Book him. Hey, Valencia, get lost. Running in, trying to get people booked. How's about sorting your own bloody game out? That's not what a captain is. Run 20 yards to get someone booked. How's about running 20 yards before it?
He's kicked him right in the back of the knee.
That's Voldemort.
Fucking hell. Go on, Pogba, tell him. Go on.
Who are you? Take your hands off him. Don't touch me.
Yeah. Don't argue with Pogba. He does kickboxing, mate.
And he can dance. He'll dance your ass. He'll have a dance off with you if you're not careful.
Look at that goal.
Well, yeah, the ref's shit. He's telling Pogba off more than he's telling off bloody Shelby.
That was stud straight in the back of the knee.
Awful referee. Awful ref.
He didn't even get a yellow for that, Mark, did he?
No. He had more of a word with Pogba than he did. Here we go. Rashford's going to have one of them shots again, though. Go on, Lukaku. Just run after it and pretend you're passing it to the corner. And then it's 1-2-0. Rashford with better composure and decision making in front of goal would be deadly. Agree, it comes with regular minutes, but can we afford it in a top 4 race? Says Chris J. Satar. Into the wall that time.
I've got to get control of the ball here.
Yeah. There's something we've not done in this game at all. Possession-wise, second half, we've been really poor in keeping hold of the ball.
I think Luke Shaw's had a really good game as well, down that left-hand side.
I was thinking that a few minutes ago before that Pogba foul. I think Luke Shaw's been absolutely...
I'll take one for the team there, Shaw. Well done.
Yeah, but actually, he shouldn't get booked. How can you book Luke Shaw for that and not Voldemort? It's a joke. All right, you should book Luke Shaw because it is a yellow. But how is Voldemort's not a yellow? Ridiculous.
As Pogba's one, not yellow.
Just ridiculous crap referee.
Apparently 4 minutes added on in the Chelsea game. A lot of people saying that, Mark. Kian says, Marcus not watching the game. How's Pogba getting on? I thought Pogba, Kian, he had a really good first half. He was involved with a lot of moves.
I'm just going to pop for a toilet actually because
yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm going to have to go at some point.
Yeah. Is that all that thinking about Sue Kennedy? Oh dear. But yeah, Kian Pogba second half. He's been a bit quiet, but he is still involved. He's still involved. Sanchez looks rusty, says James Jarvis. Yeah. The worst ref I've ever seen, says Jake Bond. He's been absolutely diabolical, this referee. Need Rashford to score, says Pete. Well, he got an assist, didn't he, off the free kick? Jared says 0-0 and close to Chelsea dropping 2 points. That's good. Yeah, I think. Hiya, Bob, you're right. I think Mark's got a bit too excited about Sue Kennedy. That's why he's had to dip to the toilet for a bit. Who reckons Mark was gone for a number 2? Nah. Shalom, Jared. You're right. Shalom. I want to see Paul Pogba goal, says Jaleel Nelson. I don't think Pogba will get a goal. I don't think Pogba will score. No, Mark hated him, but Mourinho was the best man for the job. He would be beating Newcastle 4-0 by now, says Alex. No chance, Alex. No chance. I'll have whatever you're smoking, though, 'cause it seems pretty good. Have Chelsea scored, says LM. No. No. Shelby is a Rolls-Royce player, says Vince. For Newcastle, yeah. Yeah. For Newcastle. Shelby's got a great range of passing, I think. Matic, Jones, Luke Shaw on the left. So Chelsea got 2 minutes to go, Mark. Still 0-0.
I bet they'll bloody score now. You know, this is what happens. You expect them to win the game before, so you're like, I'm not going to take any notice. And then they go and get you get your hopes up that they're going to drop points. And then I'd be surprised if they do drop points, though, because I actually thought they had 2 away games. I think they played Watford and Palace away. I thought, well, they're bound to drop points in one of those. They win them both. And then Southampton at home, you think, oh, they're definitely going to win that. And then they've made it hard for themselves.
Yeah, I don't think they were all that impressive against Palace, you know. Alexis got the ball here. Lukaku's made a run.
Forward pass from... go on, put him in.
Go on, Rashford. Pogba. Oh, try to play it across to Lukaku there. Unlucky.
Good forward pass. All came from a quick forward pass from Matic, you know, so it shows it's what it's all about.
Oh, Pogba's late on Shelby then. That's payback.
Have some of that. Pog back.
Oh, jeez.
Who's going to get a... the thing is, Pogba will get booked for it, won't he? Pogba will get booked. That's the injustice. But
he will now, yeah.
You better hope he gets booked anyway, because if it's nasty, he might get some retrospective action.
I think it's only a nudge in the back, but I don't think he'll. I don't think he'll book him for that.
All right.
Newcastle down the left, Atsu ball in, safely cut out by Matic, Lukaku. See, I mean, that's
Lukaku in all his glory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crap first touch, loses the ball.
He didn't get pushed over, but he lost the ball.
Again, Lukaku in the last 30 seconds has had 2 balls simple to hold it up, and he's given away the ball both times. And Chelsea have dropped points by the looks of it. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive.
Yeah. Chelsea drew. Good news. Go on, Rashford, go for it. Lukaku. One touch. And again, right, go to the middle. Look, Sanchez is running. Oh. Sanchez.
And again,
Look at Rashford there, look.
Oh, lovely
Rashford.
ball. Marcus Rashford.
Yes!
Yes! Get in! Lovely goal. Brilliant play from Lukaku. Sanchez with the best pass of the night. Puts Rashford in 1-on-1. And the lad gets another goal for Manchester United. Sanchez says, calm down. Let's calm down, because Newcastle have lost, United have won, and Chelsea have dropped points. 6 points off top 4 tonight. We're going to beat people. Forget Arsenal in their bullshit 5th. We're going for 4th. 6 points off 4th tonight. What a turnaround from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. In 4 Premier League games, we've halved it. We were 11 points off when he started, down to 6 points. Lovely finish by Rashford. Takes the pressure off in the last 10 minutes and takes that wind out of the sails of Newcastle. Lovely, lovely play, Marcus. And Sanchez, actually, the pass from Lukaku to Sanchez was straightforward. It was the pass from Sanchez that takes out those players. Absolutely superb.
The beautiful thing about that was how simplistic it was. You know, a one-touch pass from Lukaku to Sanchez. Sanchez turns around, sees Rashford on the left, opens the space, into Rashford and a goal. So simple, so absolutely. It's basically a basics goal. Just pass the ball. There's no need to panic on it. And Newcastle, well, I think that's game over now. They're dead and buried.
Yeah, definitely.
Just under 10 minutes to go, and but yeah, I mean, fantastic night.
Both subs made an impact.
Yeah. I mean, both subs involved in that as well. Newcastle brought on Muto for Shah.
Oh, tell you what though, I mean, I think we all expected United to win this game tonight, but I'm really pleased about how we've won it. There's been some poor performances from United. He's had to make the substitutions. They've made an impact. It's been a real challenge for us. It's not been vintage United. It's not been vintage Pogba. And if we can get a clean sheet as well, says HYS Gaming as well. But
I didn't want to mention that. Just
Ivan Rima says that was beautiful and simple. This will be a more significant win for United than the Cardiff game, which was just some really good goals, really good performance. This has been graft. We've been up against the referee that's probably not given us stuff that we should have had. We've kept going. The graft's been there, and I think this is probably my most satisfying performance from United so far, because I do and have watched football for a long time, and you can't play vintage football every week. You've got to graft, and it's good that we can win grafting, and I've been really, really impressed with it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's very much a workman-like performance tonight. Not been pretty. We've had a couple of good moves, especially in the first half. De Gea, good catch. But they fought hard. They've had to work hard for the goals as well. They've had to be patient sometimes. And again, Lukaku, great chest control, but bad ball. But yeah, very, very much a workman's-like performance tonight. And it's nice to see that we can actually do that.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just so happy that I did not expect Chelsea to drop points tonight, and I think that 6 points, because I know Chelsea have got a winnable game when we play Spurs, and I was worried that gap could go up to double points. Well, it can't now, and here we go, Sanchez. I'm so pleased Rashford scored again as well, because he's picking up a lot of goals. He's almost scoring a goal every week at the moment, or every game, and I think that's massively important for a number 9 as well. The more goals he scores, the better. Yeah, I mean,
you dare to drop him at the minute. He's been absolutely scintillating for him, same as Pogba.
But I've no delusions. It's been a battle. But you know what? Chelsea fans, they'll be going home tonight thinking, I'm getting a Man City shirt. I'm getting a Liverpool shirt. But no, they'll be thinking, we've dropped points here. It's terrible. We're at home to Southampton. And here we are in a tough game for many different reasons, grafting out a win away from home. That's what it's all about. I tell you what, I keep saying, I tell you what, I feel like Kevin Keegan a few years ago when we are playing Newcastle. But I tell you what, if we can be within 6 points of top 4 going into February, March, I'll take it, because they've got to do Europa League.
Definitely. And the Europa League is a nuisance Thursday nights.
Definitely.
I think one of those teams, Arsenal or Chelsea, would be feeling they got to win the competition to be in the Champions League next season. So it will only benefit us. I mean, I know a couple of comment Atsu's in on the left.
We've got to be careful here, because if they get a goal, there's still time. We're not going to get a goal from that, thank God.
I know some of the comments tonight have been on Herrera's back. He's not played too well, but for me, he's been an absolute workhorse in that midfield tonight. He's been all over the place. Not his best performance, but who's that down now? Is that Herrera down again? Who's that? I can't see who that is down there, Mark.
I think it's Matic.
The United fans singing in the stands. Rashford's coughing his guts up. But even in the second half, they've not panicked. They've dropped off the pace a little bit. They've not been as quick as they were in the first half, but yeah, I mean, the panic, they've not pressed the panic button. They've been patient. Absolutely fantastic. Squad's shown a bit of maturity, I think, in the second half.
Definitely. I'm so impressed with this result. I think the Chelsea thing for me is huge. It just gives it that. It just feels like, I remember this under Sir Alex. Results elsewhere that you didn't expect would start going your way, and there is that feeling about United at the moment that everything we're doing is the right way. I mean, if Pogba had rolled in today and we'd won 4-0, but Chelsea'd won, yeah, we'd all be happy. But actually, Pogba hasn't been as good today, but we've found other ways of winning, and Chelsea have dropped points. It's so important.
Rashford's coming for Lingard, and Sky giving Rashford man of the match.
See, that's wrong. Rashford's not man of the match. That's bullshit Sky for you, that is. That's why Van Dijk doesn't get mentioned as one of the best players in the Premier League and Salah and Hazard did, because that's just bully. That's just playing to dickheads. It really is. It's playing to the, it's always got to be a striker. He's not even in the top 3 United players on that pitch tonight, Rashford, but, shirts to sell and all that lot. And that's not taking anything away from Marcus Rashford, but he ain't the best player on the pitch for United, not by a long way. And I'll tell you who was, 2 or 3 of them in my match reaction, which I'm just setting up now. But I'm just so happy that we're 6 points off top, off fourth, which for us would be like winning the league, getting top 4. And I know that's way below the expectations United should have. I totally agree with that, but that's sort of where we are at the moment. We're having to defend a bit here, though. We've definitely decided to sit back, defend what we've got.
Lindelof has, I think, had a fantastic game tonight, along with Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
I think them two have been absolutely superb, both on the left side of defence as well. So could be a thing going forward. United here just slowing the game down now, seeing out time.
Newcastle fans are off home. Title dreams gone for another year. The sleeping Giants, the sleeping Shrews off home. Loyal. Nothing else to do in Newcastle though. Get down the tune.
Valencia just hoofing it clear there, anywhere. Go on, look at the right. Oh, unlucky. That Newcastle player didn't even touch him. On ball in, Shelby's on it.
Ooh,
the hair already covered.
Yeah.
A couple of people saying Luke Shaw, man of the match. I think he's done fantastically well.
I mean, to be honest with you, he's not even in contention for me. So I don't know how Marcus Rashford's man of the match. I really don't. He had a free kick that the keeper spilt, and then he had a one-on-one chance. He's worked very, very hard, and I love Marcus Rashford. I really, really do. But no way is he man of the match. It really is. I don't know who gives man of the match out. If anyone wants to let us know in the live comments, it's just a farce, really. But it just shows you these footballers, they might be good at the game, but
I think man of the match for me, Mark. I'm going to go for Luke Shaw. I think he's been an absolutely fantastic down that left-hand side with Martial in the first half. Second half, he's made a couple of great tackles when Perez got in, Atsu got in. But yeah, I mean, he had to nudge on Shelby as well, payback for Pogba. So yeah, I think Luke Shaw, man of the match for me.
There we go.
That is rough, isn't it? That's
I think the referee's been terrible in this game. I really do.
Quality tackle on it. Get up, Shelby. Yeah, Pogba got away with that one. Yeah, that's all right. 90 minutes is up. Seeing what they're adding on. 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Where's that come from?
Where's he got that from? He's having that good a time playing for Newcastle, Andrew Mariner. He's added 6 minutes on. Because he's been their best player for me, the ref.
Yeah, he has been sort of like the 12th man for him, isn't he, tonight?
Yeah.
Luke Shaw into Sanchez. Could be a third on here. Sanchez goes and hits it. That corner.
Corner ball.
But effort levels tonight, Mark, I think it's been pretty decent as well from the majority of the players.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I think that's something that that is not going to change because he won't allow it to change.
Yards in.
And I think there'll be so much taken from this game today. It's the perfect game to have. I mean, I know we've got Reading on Saturday, but really I'm thinking more about Spurs the week after.
Yeah.
Because that's the next points that we can get in the league. And I think that's what he's going to be looking at. And he'll have learned a lot from today because I don't think we've played that well at times. But we've done what you need to do. You know, you can't play well every week. We won loads of titles winning games like this.
Yeah, sometimes
there's definitely a few things I want to talk about in the match reaction. You know that I'm not happy about, but ultimately, absolutely ecstatic with that result from United today.
I mean, you expect during the course of the season, top teams, you got to go away to the lower place sides and win ugly because the lesser teams literally just set up for a draw, don't they? So it's the onus was always on United tonight to try and break them down and just hopefully come away with the 3 points, which I think they've done. I think they've a real workman-like performance tonight from everyone.
I mean, Josh Savage makes a great point. I'm going to write that down just to bring it up I'm going to give him a player ratings and everything like that in my match reaction. But he says Sanchez has been okay. And I think the same with Lukaku. They've not, the headlines will be, should we pick Lukaku or Sanchez in the next game? I personally thought Martial had a good game. And I think substitutions sometimes are just about, they've had a good game, but let's freshen it up a bit. Pogba's got to be in one-on-one
Pogba's in. Lukaku.
Or Lukaku.
Go on, Pogba. It's free. Oh no, side netted it. Unlucky.
Lukaku didn't look very happy.
No, but you can't blame Pogba there. I mean, he is entitled to go for it. He's rounded the keeper.
It's lovely, though, from United to see us breaking away like that. Let's just take a second and realise how bad the ref was today. Newcastle easily could have had 2 men sent off. Can't wait for VAR. That's from Fake Kjeld and Xtol86. Luke Shaw had so many loose passes to the teammates, made it hard for them to keep the ball. So not the man of the match for me. Well, interesting. It's all about opinion. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. We have got Transfer Daily every day at 7 a.m. going up. I'll be talking about Pulisic at 7 a.m. tomorrow. But I've also got my match reaction straight after this. And Flex is at the ground to get the fan cams. I'm sure they're going to be... I'm really interested to see what the fan cams have got to say, actually. Because I think there's so many good things about United today. But there's a few bad things as well. And that's what we want. I never wanted Ollie to come in with a magic wand and go, everything's better. Because it's not. There's still massive problems at United. But those problems now, we're really looking at the squad and saying, are they good enough? Are they good enough? Are they good enough? That's what I'm excited about. And, I'm really excited to talk about that. But also we'll be back live at 8 o'clock tomorrow night with the normal shows now. The New Year and Christmas is out the way. 8 o'clock tomorrow night. But the transfer...
Aren't you doing Liverpool and City tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, I am. Liverpool City. So there won't be an 8 o'clock show tomorrow night. I'll do it at 7 instead. 7 o'clock tomorrow night, so that and then I'm doing a watch along on That's Football. But I'll tell you at 7 about that tomorrow. Solomon's happy. Well, we should be happy. We are 6 points off top 4 in the space of 2 weeks. We've gone from being 11 points off to 6 points off.
Yeah, United in again here, 4 against 3.
This has got to be a goal. Oh, what's he done with the pass there? That wasn't good from Sanchez.
It's it, Lukaku. Unlucky. But again, couple of step overs.
There. I think everyone's looking for a goal, aren't they?
But a couple of step overs and natural instinct is to shoot there. So
links in the video description for the match reaction. And Marcus, thanks for coming on again. Absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed
no
it.
worries, mate. Pleasure as always. Like I say, I love to do it. So love the interaction, mate.
It's good times at the moment. We're getting. I enjoyed it today because it's been a battle, but we've won.
I mean, Going into the Christmas period, 4 games in the shape that the team and the club was in. You can't ask for any more, can you? Really? Ollie's just come in and totally lifted everything around him. 12 points from 12 available, so fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But yeah, my eyes will be looking for the Spurs game next week.
But hopefully we're going to see a bit of youth at the weekend as well.
Yeah, Mason and Chong and Gomez. Hopefully, I wouldn't be surprised. And the game is finished, and it's all over.
It has.
But I mean, look at Solskjaer, just having a handshake with everyone, even the players that don't get on, sticking his arm around them and that.
It's a team game, innit? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, everyone looks happy as well. That's the main thing.
See, Mourinho didn't do that. Anyway, thanks for coming on, Marcus, and I'll speak to you soon.
No worries, mate. Yep, no worries. See you all later, guys.
And thanks for all of you lot joining me. Got a very interesting match reaction coming up. Link in the video description. Or go through the homepage. I will literally be live with you in about 60 seconds. Well, it'll be less than that. I'll be live in about 30 seconds time. We've just had a late super chat come in from Pedrick Leahy Golf. He says, up Liverpool, up the Reds, and fuck United. Look, enjoy your time in the sun because you're going to get burnt at some point. But we've got levels at the moment. We're way behind Liverpool. We can all accept that, but at least we're coming back, and we're very happy with that. Join me for my match reaction. Link in the video description. I'm gonna have got some harsh things to say and some real positive things to say, and that's what progress is all about. Link in the video description or through the homepage, and I'll be giving you my man of the match in about 30 seconds. Thanks for watching.